Welcome to After the Final Bell, a podcast about what happens when an adrenaline-fueled career comes to an end and real life begins. Hosted by UFC striking coach Mike Gonzales and YouTube bounty hunter Trevor O'Connor.
It's not just about fights anymore. It's about what happens when the gloves come off.
And the real adventure begins.
Join Mike and Trevor as they chat about the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Life after the final bell isn't always easy, but it's always interesting. This is After the Final Bell.
Now I've become all kinds of foo-foo, so I'm like waxing my nose hairs. And
I've seen the downstairs, and I'm all about dipping my hands in the wax. You know, go get a pedicure here.
Paraffin wax for the hands.
Here's the fun fact about me. I've never seen a Bruce Lee movie.
Never. What?
He's not seen a lot of things.
Dude,
Never.
with the tiger scratches
Never,
right here.
never have seen one Bruce Lee movie.
Oh my God.
He was also raised in a closet that didn't have a light bulb.
That's
If
how it is.
JJ says it,
Oh, you know.
then it's trouble, huh?
Yeah, because I don't think she knows how to say it.
Click the join button now to become a member and gain access to all the behind-the-scenes footage, including our hilarious outtakes. Join us weekly for our members-only live podcast, but only when you click that join button.
As a teacher, is it a crazy world for you right now?
Oh yeah, because if you teach in a district, if they have a curriculum, you have to teach that
Right.
curriculum. You don't get to teach what you want to teach.
Right. You don't get to create your lesson plan for the year.
If you build it, they will come. That's what they say, anyways.
Oh, they will come.
On you.
They will come.
What's up, guys? I'm Trevor O'Connor.
I'm Mike Gonzales.
And this is After the Final Bell, a podcast about what happens when an adrenaline-fueled career comes to an end and real life sucks. I mean, begins.
Begins.
Starts.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Starts.
I meant becomes even
Better?
more fun.
More fun.
That's not true. That's not true. Because we always, if we were drug addicts, they would say we're chasing the dragon.
Yep.
Because we always want to have that rush. But eventually, young men, I'll tell you something. Your body does not hold up forever.
Not even. Like, just doing this camp again, I'm like, oh man, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this didn't hurt before. What the hell is going on with this? And I was like, oh yeah, because it's been 9 years since you had a fight. Probably not going to move the same way that I did when I was
I can't
20.
even imagine.
That's a long break.
All right.
You know, I fought after I was 40.
Really?
Respect.
That's
And those
tough.
kids are young and wily.
Well, shoot. I mean, I'm not the
I could have been some of their
oldest.
dads.
I'm 34, and just until like these past couple of years, now I'm starting to feel like, oh man, used to be able to just like pop my neck, do a couple shoulder rolls.
Yeah, I remember.
All right, let's go.
I remember my warm-up was I got out of the car and walked into the gym.
No, I'm good now.
Let's go.
I need at least like 30 minutes.
Dude, it's getting so bad. I need an intervention because I wake up at 7:45.
You had one. You had the strawberries today. And the
Shut up. I wake up at 7:45 in the morning. Sometimes it takes me to 10 to come downstairs.
Just basking in the bed, just playing on your phone, just kind of just chilling.
But I have a big tub upstairs, so I cold plunge.
Okay.
And then I shower. And then now I've become all kinds of foo-foo, so I'm like waxing my nose hairs and
I've seen the downstairs, and I'm all about dipping my hands in the wax. You know, go get a pedicure here.
paraffin wax for the hands,
Got everything.
towels for the face. Seriously,
By
it'll
the way,
take
my
me-
face feels great.
Ooh, that tea tree
For real.
oil.
Dude, that was
towel
nice.
I was like, what do you do with this? And it was like, you wipe your face. And I was like, oh, this is, and that, trying Zevia for the first time, smelling salts. I'm like, is this a spa, man? What the hell is going on? Like,
What's
I'm,
going
like,
on here?
I'm just rejuvenated, ready to go.
Yeah.
But that teacher,
The tea tree oil on the towel, especially because you got a little glove burn.
yeah, I caught a few strikes today, and I was like, oh, this feels so
You're
good.
supposed to not catch them.
Oh yeah, but they don't see it coming. They're like, "What? This guy's like a Homer Simpson defense." I was just like, "Bring it on!" And then now they're like, "Oh, your hand hurts, huh?" Nah, my face is fine. This is just exterior. This is just it looks bad, but you see on the inside, you'll be all right.
Are you trying to get beat up just so you're not that much prettier than your brother?
Justin's a decent looking guy, and I'm not trying to compete with him being decent looking. I'm trying to be the ugliest son of a bitch.
Right. I mean, you don't
possible.
want to be almost as good looking as your brother.
Yeah, because
That's terrible.
Decent looking. I think I'm a handsome son of a gun, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I was like, if I get a fight, I get a hematoma on my face. If I get a split lip or something, like I'll be the ugliest Gonzales brother, and that's just all I want to strive for. Is just to be like. 'Cause
I mean,
people
he's
be like,
just he's just lowering the bar a sparring session at a time.
Dang.
But,
Just a couple jabs at a time,
but no, I
Well,
got.
I mean, a small piece of advice. Keep your hands up, maybe.
Move your head.
I mean,
bob
stay
and
off,
weave.
stay off the center line a little bit, because it looks like they got you on both sides.
It's like I'm gonna slip this way. Boom. All right, well I'm gonna try this way. Boom. All right, I'm gonna go back, and then it's like, okay, well here's a kick for your troubles. I'm like,
God, I don't miss those days even a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I'm still feeling good, but
Yeah, but
by
you,
the
you
end
guys
of
are
the
young
week,
enough to do it.
I am roughed up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need a couple days to just chill, let my body relax.
Dude, I truly do not. I do not miss it. Like I may go roll some jujitsu here and there, but it'll be in very particular situations that I know.
Controlled.
Well, because every time, like if you go into a gym, like I'm going to go roll with Matt Sierra down at New Era, but a lot of the guys in there remember me from before. And being a brown belt, everybody wants to tap you.
Ego. They got something to prove.
And so the whole thing for me is, Matt, I'll come down, but I need like very specific people. Because, dude, I'm over 50.
Hey, you got to be careful.
I just had my shoulder completely redone last summer. Rotator cuff, 4
Everything?
labrum tears,
Dang.
detached my bicep tendon, AC joint separation.
You're like a robot now.
Huge.
Oh, I've done one of those.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah. The mine it was bad. But these young kids in there, if you go in, they're like, oh, I'm going to get him.
Oh, this guy's a brown belt.
I'ma get
I
him.
got to get him. I know all about it.
So I'll only roll no-gi with no colors on.
Yeah. Because then they don't know.
Right, but then only
Takes away that factor before it
Yeah.
even becomes a thing.
I just need some of the older guys in there that want to roll just for nothing to prove, just for fitness.
Good luck.
Fitness choke around their neck.
Does it change when you get older and you're kind of going for that type of role?
I
I mean, ego is always gonna
will
be
tell
there,
you
I feel
what
like.
it
I don't know.
no. What it is once you achieve a certain level of peace in your mind where I don't need to I'm good. I don't need to prove anything. Do I need to try to pretend like I'm gonna spar with you and like put damage? No, I don't need that. You know why? I've done it all. I've done all that. Pride left a long time ago. Ego left a long time ago, and now you're just like, dude. Hey, I would love to roll with you and have a good time.
Play.
No big deal. No big deal.
I like that's a new word now that people are throwing around. Let's play.
Right.
Not let's spar. Not let's tech. Let's play.
Right.
Well, it's like you can't confuse play. It's like you say, hey, you
I
want?
mean, you
some-
can.
I've seen it.
I know a lot of guys
I know
that
some guys
that you can
that-
say, let's play, and the play lasts about 32 seconds, and then someone touches the other one,
Just a little too hard.
and then play is over. But if you can get to that spot where you're just like, here's the deal, dude. And what I tell people is, hey, man, you could absolutely fucking annihilate me at any point, and that's cool. So do you want to just roll? And now what are you gonna feel ego?
What if they say no? I still want to annihilate you.
Cool.
Oh, dang. Then it's like, okay, I guess.
Usually it's I just say, do you have your
You're busy
CCW?
over there today.
Like, I guess you're going to get.
I don't know what's going on.
You're busy today, boy.
There's too much. That needs to go over there. That's in case we need. Yeah, that's in case we get numbers. We have guests, dude.
I was waiting for that part.
We have guests.
Sorry, we're having too much fun.
Joining us today are the Gonzales brothers,
Yep.
What's up? What's
Vinny.
up, everybody?
J-Train
Howdy
and Vinny.
Yep.
Man, so
It looks like you guys got in a car wreck on the way over here, but
They came separately too.
Let's just say there was a lot of crashes up at high altitude this morning. shoot,
People
man.
were touching each other.
The stars were out today.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like I'm not one to really name drop. And like I said earlier about the whole like putting people up here, but like that gym was full today. There was Royval, there was Sandhagen, there was Chepe, there was Kamaru, there was Jamal Murray was in there today.
Gaethje was in
I might be able to.
Gaethje.
I think of all of them, Jamal Murray's. I might be able to take him
I think you got him
on the ground.
I mean, dude, that guy's. You see these guys on TV, and then like you see him in person. I was like, dang, that guy's really tall.
Yeah, I think it would have to be on the ground because he could just treat me like your uncle used to do and just put his hand on.
Put your hand on your head. And like, yeah.
He could do that to all of us.
He's tall. What is he, like 6'6", 6'7"?
Oh,
I'd say like 6'7", maybe even 6'8". Like he's
tall.
up there.
Well,
but that's double legs for days.
Well, it's like when I think of like if I was to spar Murray, I would imagine in my head like you remember what's the old Bruce Lee movie when he goes against Kareem, and he just freaking kicks him.
Here's the fun fact about me: I've never seen a Bruce Lee movie.
Never.
What?
He's not seen a lot of things.
Dude.
Never.
With the tiger scratches.
Never
right
have
here,
never have seen one Bruce Lee movie.
Oh my god.
He was also raised in a closet that didn't have a light bulb. So he didn't get experience things until he was an adult.
Well, I mean, a little bit about Mike. I didn't realize his real name was
Whoa,
Javier
whoa.
until
Whoa, you're going government on him?
until I was like, "What the heck, dude? Why didn't you ever tell me this?"
A lot of people don't know.
Nope, almost nobody knows.
Well, it's because he's in witness protection.
No,
That's right,
Oh, my bad, dude.
I created my own witness for
I only use that name when things are real.
Yeah, my mom doesn't say my middle name. If she says my middle name, like I'm in trouble, dude.
Oh, it's
that's
if
how it is.
JJ says it,
Like, oh, you know.
then it's trouble, huh?
Yeah, because I don't think she knows how to say it.
There's not even an R to roll
No,
in
it's
there.
just no.
I think all us Irish folks
No.
can hit that name.
That's about it, huh?
Yeah, but that's the end.
But-
Dude, I have done Rosetta Stone Spanish probably like 5 different times.
and how'd they go?
So I can understand very well.
Okay.
I can respond if you don't make fun of me, but I cannot roll my R's and I cannot enunciate. Like so many words, if I try to say it, it's just horrible. I just look like an idiot.
It is easier to understand, though.
Right.
Just
But
like
it does
slow
right.
down.
Yeah.
Well, what is it like? There was this time. Our dad, same thing. Like even though our grandparents grew up speaking Spanish and everything, when they were coming up in the 80s, they were like, it was a stigma to speak Spanish. So
You
we
got to
said-
break it. Only English. Yeah.
So us growing up, we don't know Spanish. Similar thing, like, we can understand a little bit. But there was one time we went to a carniceria, and my dad's like, hey, you go in there. And you get me like a pound of carne seca. I was like, why do I have to go in? It's like, they know you don't speak Spanish because of our complexion. Because he goes in there and they, start speaking Spanish to him. They see him and he's like, 1 pound of carne seca, please? And they're like, okay. Would you like it in a bag? And they look at him and they're just like disgusted.
He's like, no, put it in my hands.
But I come in and they're just like, what do you want? Pound of carne seca. Okay, here. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah. Get the white boy out of here.
Right on 120th in Washington,
Okay.
Beltrans.
Oh, Beltrans. Yeah, that's
Oh,
I've never actually ate their food, but I've heard it's really, really good. They used to do some of the fights for Sparta. I thought they catered them and stuff. Or
What is it called?
Beltrans? That's where we get,
Good stuff.
Everything. Because we ate Blackstone street tacos.
Oh man, I got a Blackstone this winter, and honestly, haven't even used it yet. I just barely moved it out. Well, it was winter, dude. It was raining. It was snowing. I just didn't want to.
Yeah,
that's
that's year round, dude.
Now I just moved it out there. It's covered and stuff now.
No,
so I was
dude,
like,
that takes place of your stovetop.
I-
You no longer need a stovetop.
at all.
No,
Don't judge me, okay?
it's perfect, dude.
I knew.
Pancakes in the morning. I mean, steak in the everything cooks on it. Everything.
Personally, like I like my steaks on the grill, but who am I to say? Because I haven't even used it
So-
yet. So I'm like,
The Blackstone, you can get an insert that you put on the top that is a grill.
Oh, so it gets the
you get your lines
lines on
on it. Yeah, yeah, because that's all you're. I mean, that's all you're getting. on the
yeah,
grill.
really,
I mean,
it's
you're
like-
cooking the same.
It's like, you know,
I just like it to look like.
Like you know what you're doing. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have a couple tests just by myself.
You got to season it though.
season it really good the first time, right? You got to season it. Really,
You got to season
really.
the hell out of it, and then after that,
You're all right.
Then you're good to go. Then
Yeah.
You season it every time, don't you?
a little bit oil.
Just, but
yeah.
the first time's like heavy,
First, it's
dude.
like cast iron, dude. You know, like you got to
Yeah.
really get it, and then after that, like you don't like Brillo clean it. You clean it and make sure there's no like debris and
yeah,
gross
you
stuff
don't use
on
soap or nothing like the cast.
No,
That's
no,
the
no,
number
no,
one
you'll
rule
ruin
there.
it.
Like,
You'll
dude,
ruin
that
it,
is
yeah.
Well,
But dude, we eat off of that Blackstone
my
multiple times every week.
my wife one time she
How's it feel saying wife?
it's still new. Sometimes we had like kind of like a fast engagement. Well, I mean, we've been together 4+ years now, but sometimes I even catch myself still saying my girlfriend. And I'm like, oh man, that's not. I was like, I think we were only engaged for like maybe like 5 or 6 months.
yeah,
just-
about that much.
Just
I did a fast one too.
It just made sense.
We got
you know?
engaged. We had been dating. We got engaged and married in a week
Wow.
Oh.
on a bet.
Did you guys go to like Vegas or something? Or?
Red Rocks, right?
Yep. So I used to
that's
have
cool.
a different a radio show way back before MMA, before
He
anything.
was wearing jeans and tank tops.
Shut up. Dude. Shut up. Anyway, so on air, my co-host was like was just needling me. He's like, I bet you won't call her right now and ask her. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, do you think she'll say yes? I'm like, yeah, or one of us will be packing. So she used to work at Subaru. So I called her at work on the air and asked her
Live.
live. Yeah. Just cold. No prep, no text ahead of time.
Nothing, huh?
Got some cojones on you.
And
What would you have done? Would you have been like, whew, if she didn't answer the phone because she was busy?
Dodge that one.
I don't know what I'd have done. Because
I mean-
they wouldn't have let up.
You would have had to redo it.
They
like
wouldn't
that.
have let up. They'd have been on it forever until she answered. But it was the week before Valentine's Day. And for a long time, Uncle Nasty used to do the Uncle Nasty's Valentine's Day mass wedding at Red Rocks.
Okay.
So like 200 couples would get married
Wow.
Wow.
at Red Rocks. And it was like this big production. And so we used to work with Uncle Nasty. And then my partner at the time was Matt Need, who was Nasty's co-host for a long time. And so Matt and I had done a show together for like 2 years. And so he's like, hey, let's do this. Ask her. And if she says yes, we'll put the whole thing on up there. And it'll be crazy. And it ended up, we had some friends who were filmmakers who came and like filmed the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And then it was on Fox 31 that night. Like basically our whole wedding was on Fox 31.
So you guys did it with the group of everybody else. Like, so is there like one pastor or officiant on the mic,
Uncle Nasty.
and then everybody is just lined up in their little with their partner?
Yeah.
Just rows, huh?
Do they have groomsmen, or
You could
maybe
have people,
if
like
you
people
want?
had people with them, just like
On a guess, how many people were there got married?
100 to 200 couples. It was the first year. It was big that we
Yeah.
were there. It was big,
Well, it's like
and we went back for like 5 years every year and renewed our vows. Just kind of that was our thing.
Yeah.
that's cute.
And then he stopped doing it, and so now
Why'd he stop? I feel like that's a big deal. Like that's
well, I
a
think
lot of
he
people.
changed radio.
Yeah.
He was off air for a while, and then he changed radio stations, and then I think it just kind of got
kind of
lost in
fell
the
off,
shuffle.
yeah.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was crazy.
Hey, respect to that. That's a cool story. Not everybody can say they've done this.
And then
like that.
that night, so my wife used to be in a band. She still plays with her girlfriends, but all girl rock band. So that night, she played at the venue that we had our reception at.
That's
Oh,
dope.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What did she play?
She's a drummer.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah,
That's cool. I didn't know that.
yeah. She they played, and then like a couple other friend bands played, and
Oh. Interesting. Interesting.
Hey, that's pretty cool because I'm a big fan of live music, man. You put a
Really?
drink, you put a drink in my hand and some live music. I'm chilling, dude. That's
It's on?
I don't need much more. I'm like, that's a vibe.
so they were like,
Or some sort of water, lake, ocean, whatever.
yeah.
Drink
We just
and
moved
that,
back from
I'm cool.
Florida, so
What part?
We were down in the Keys, but we were filming there for the last couple of years, the bounty hunting show up and down Florida. And then like the last 6-8 months, we were down in the Keys before we came home.
Big fan of Florida.
Oh yeah,
I like that place.
good times, great. It was fun,
What was
but
fighting in Miami was like super cool. It was just like being so close to Miami Beach. Like Florida by itself is like, and people say it's like God's waiting room. I'm like, nah, dude, that place is a party, dude.
I mean, there's certain areas, but like the old people stick to themselves in their own communities. It's
They're
not
kinda
like
like
they're
the
overrunning.
Northwestern is kind of like, what is that? Space in the name right now. I feel like the Northwestern is kind of like the retirement.
A little bit.
Or-
It still gets a little bit cold up in the Panhandle.
Yeah, yeah.
They got snow this year.
For
in
the
the
first time
Panhandle.
in like a decade
But
or something, right?
we were up.
Something like
we were
that.
cave diving up by Gainesville,
Okay.
and it got so cold that because we lived in RVs while we were filming, it got so cold that even the RV place that we were staying came around and was like, "Hey guys, make sure that you turn on good heat and everything tonight because nobody's RV is insulated for winter out there."
Why would you need it? Like, dude,
Right.
it never gets like
Yep,
that.
they're like either disconnect the water from the service or make sure you're leaving a little.
If not, you wake up to a puddle.
Can you imagine like freezing the pipes in your RV?
I mean, I could imagine. I wouldn't
bad
imagine wanting.
news.
That would suck.
But it was that cold that they came around individually and were like,
Give you a
"Hey
heads up.
guys, we don't know where you're from originally, but
But just a heads up.
yeah." So we love Florida. We love Florida. We filmed Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and kind of north for about 2 years,
Dang.
and then we started cave diving way up north, and that was great.
We spent my wife was she was travel nursing for a while, so we took full advantage of it, and she's like, "You want to go to Florida for a couple months?" I was like, shoot, I just fought out there. I fought in Hollywood at the Hard Rock. So while I was the week of fight week, her and her dad were out there looking at places for us to stay, Airbnbs and whatnot. And man, it was pretty sweet because it was like Miami. That's a vibe in itself. And I don't know if I could live there. That's just a lot going on.
Miami is a lot like Vegas.
Yeah.
Small doses are great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't like Miami.
But it'll run you down if you're trying to be about that nightlife down there. If you're not conditioned to that, like
Start
3 days
aging you
in,
up.
you're like,
You go for a night, then we go back up north a little bit, and then we kind of chill. And then, I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, but I mean, was training at I think it's Killcliff now. At the time, it was Sanford, so it was like sweet. You got to check out a lot of like high level guys out there.
Nice.
It's fun.
there's a shit ton of jujitsu out there.
Oh,
Like,
huge. There's
fucking everywhere.
anywhere you go.
Like every 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah, you can find
You're like,
some
oh, there's a
sort
gym.
of jujitsu
Oh, there's a
gym.
gym. Oh, there's a gym. Yeah, it's crazy.
everywhere.
I had a good time out there. I think every time, like I think out of like the 3 months I was out there, maybe 8 days I didn't go to the beach.
Yeah.
And it just
And that's the thing. Like it's hot, but the humidity feels good. It's not like being outside here, where it's like
very different.
like magnifying glass heat, where you just feel yourself burning. I can actually tan in Florida.
Yeah.
Here, I can burn, peel,
Quick.
and then burn again.
Again, like it's like you don't even heal from the first
You don't,
one.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
get a tan out here. No, there's like
No, I
if you
just burn.
yeah. If you have light skin complexion, forget it.
Yeah, my kids tan. I don't know how they got that. All of them. All my kids can tan.
You can't. Though.
No, dude. No, I go from from translucent to lobster and then right back.
Translucent,
Yeah,
all at once.
But out in Florida, I could tan.
I like the water out in Florida too. I think it's a lot warmer than California.
Now you need to be on the Gulf side. If you really want to have fun in Florida, get on the Gulf side, because the Atlantic on the east side of Florida, the water's just a little bit brown still, and a little kind of. But if you go over to the Gulf side, dude, it's calm. It's like beautiful, clear water. It's not.
Why is it like that?
Well, because on the Atlantic side, you have the whole Atlantic Ocean pushing
Just
everything
just-
back in, and then on the Gulf, it's a
kinda
very controlled
secluded in
environment.
there.
Yeah, I love the Gulf.
What was going when we were out there too? There was I want to say it was like they didn't call it jellyfish, but there was
Man of
some-
War.
Yeah, and like
Don't
they were
mess with
like,
those.
Be
What is that?
careful,
What is that?
dude.
It's a jellyfish that will end you.
Oh,
And
really?
They said that like there was a lot of boats going through at the time, so they just get chopped up in the motor, and like even the little chunks of them.
If it gets you, it gets you.
Excuse
yeah.
my language. They were like, it will fuck you up.
Yeah.
They're like, don't
100%.
mess with it, dude. I was like, okay.
So if you're out on a boat, it looks like someone blew a bubble with like bubble gum, and the bubble is just kind of like floating on
Sitting
top of the
there,
water.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, what is that? And they're like, stay away from
Almost
that.
translucent.
Yeah, but it colored a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're big scuba divers. So we like all of that shit. We're always like,
Oh, yeah. If you look
watch
at
out,
that
watch out."
thing, you could tell that thing could just kill you.
Yeah, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
But above the water, it just looks like seriously someone
Really?
had some bubblicious, blew a bubble, and it's just like,
Well, like they're different sizes too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm not an expert on it, but the 3 months I've studied it.
yeah, you're like, the in-depth 3 months that I had down there. Yeah, they're crazy.
I became an expert of don't touch it.
Do not.
I'm trying to get Mike to scuba dive.
Shit. No.
He doesn't do ocean water.
One of my other friends is a big scuba diver, one of my sponsors, and he was saying that Colorado is one of the hot spots for scuba diving instructions. Like it's one of the biggest.
I'm a scuba instructor.
Oh, really?
Trevor does everything. He does everything.
Dude, you do everything.
Yeah, I got my scuba instructor certificate right before we left Florida.
Is that where you go whenever you do it? Is in Florida all the time?
Pretty
Well,
much.
we are going to do that one in Utah. We got to do that.
So I'm gonna get Mike certified. So we're gonna do our pool stuff and everything out here, and then I'm taking him to Homestead Crater in Utah.
Uh-huh.
So it's like this. It looks like a volcano, but it's not. So it's a big mound, and then there's a door that goes into it, and you go in, and it's like an 80-foot deep, just pure like drinking water, clear, all the way to the bottom, 89 to 92 degree water.
Wow, I feel like that's actually like really hot.
It's super warm water. That's like it's like the
Hot
temperature
tubs are regulated.
of a float tank.
Is it fresh water?
Yeah, it's all fresh water. And it's great too. I mean, you can dive. You don't need a wetsuit.
Yeah, you can just go
throw
by
your rig
yourself.
on and go.
But I like, hey,
I
I'm
want the
into
whole
some stuff.
scuba thing. I need everything.
Not in that water.
Why?
Dude,
Just for
you'll-
5 minutes.
You just
But
stroke out. Your wetsuit, you'll be sweating before you even like think about it. You'll be miserable.
I don't need to go in there looking like a pro. Just
I'll take you,
brand
dude.
new.
I'll take you another place that you can wear all the gear.
All right.
Like the neoprene suit, just
Yeah.
like
So
I don't know.
we actually we dive caves, like freshwater caves in the aquifer in Florida.
Dude, that's dope. Well, I mean, I'm into some stuff, but there's some stuff that scares me. What's the story with like Donald Cerrone where he was scuba diving with somebody and like they got lost on the rope and then like the sut, right? Is that what it's called?
Silt,
Like,
yeah.
silt or whatever. And you can't see a foot in front of you.
If you
And
silt
he's like,
out,
you're done. You're dead.
you hope
pretty
you have
much.
enough air to wait the silt out. But they shouldn't have been
But
where
that-
they were at all.
That lasts
Neither one of them-
hours,
Where-
right?
where were
Like,
they?
I think it was out of country. I don't remember exactly where, but they shouldn't have. Like they were not qualified to be where they were.
I don't
And
remember.
cave diving is a very like super technical. People who die, like scuba diving, are people who don't understand the limitations until all of a sudden,
It's too late. And
because you go in, like we go down into like caves into the earth, and if you don't know what you're doing and you silt it out, you blew everybody out, and there's. It's called a dive line. There's like a line in there. Like if
that's
someone
you're kind of attached to. That's what guides you.
you don't attach.
Oh, you don't?
No,
You
no,
just-
no. It's and you don't want to touch it or grab it because if you pull it loose, everybody's screwed.
You just
Yeah.
murdered your whole crew.
So if you don't have eyes on the line and you make a left,
Forget it. Toast.
you may not come out.
Ah, that
And you're
was-
200 feet down and 1,000 feet into a cave. You know, what are you going to do at that point?
die.
That's horrifying, man.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well, and if you're
stuff.
diving with guys that don't know how to dive and they're just like silting the bottom out because they can't keep themselves.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah. And well, what could have been a really beautiful experience because being in it's the most magical thing in the world.
turned into your last experience.
Well, even if
Very
it's
quickly.
even if it's not that, even if it doesn't kill you,
Just scare you to not do it again.
you're going in, and it's supposed to be this like really cool thing because it takes a lot to get you to the point where you can cave dive,
Yeah.
and then the idiot in front of you silts the whole thing out, and the experience is ruined. You're like, well, I saw muddy water.
Oh yeah, how great was that?
Woo, let's go home.
Would that upset you?
You know? Yeah, it pisses me off.
I mean, that just ruined your whole trip, pretty much.
And scuba diving.
Now I know how to get back up there when we go. Just hey,
Just start silting
just
it
keep
up.
that bottom, huh?
We're done. All right, let's go.
I don't think the crater will silt out. I think it's got pretty decent flow, so it'll be all right. We've been in caves that no one has ever been in. Like we discovered the hole.
You guys do you get to name it or something? How does that work?
Yeah, we have one of the guys on our team named that one.
That's sweet. What you guys name it?
It's he named it after his dad, Bill Sink.
Bill Sink.
Yep, because it's a sinkhole.
Uh-huh.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, we've been in holes that just opened up that no one has ever seen. A part of the earth that is never
Unexplored. Like
Yeah.
like
completely unexplored. And you're like, this is crazy. And you also don't know how far does it go? Does it all of a sudden come down to restriction? Is it unstable?
I mean, like I don't know.
You mean
I know a little about a lot, and I've read about these things where they're like, some people because they don't know, uneducated, I guess, that they're like, I'm going to explore this as far, and technically they call them a never ending, just because you can't have enough oxygen to get to the very
Right.
bottom of it. I'm like, that scares the
well? So
shit out of me.
basically in scuba diving, especially in cave diving, it's like the rule of thirds. You have your tank, and you can burn 1/3 of your tank going in.
Okay.
When you're like if you had 3,000 psi, you can dive away from your spot until you have 2,000 psi.
Okay.
Then it's a hard turn right there. At that point, you turn
You just come back.
and you're coming back. Because if something happens on the way out,
you want to have more.
you want to
'cause-
have a slight excess of air rather than I'm going to go 1,500 psi in, which means I have
Half-
exactly that
have
much air to get
come
out.
back. Now you're
Now, if the
you're
current, if I'm
really-
swimming hard against the current,
you're
now
gonna
I'm
be a little
breathing
bit
more.
longer.
So I'm sucking air, sucking air, sucking air. So every breath is taking out of your tank. So if I turned around and I'm like, oh shit, this is hard.
So
I
a
can't.
third is the point of no return.
A third, yeah. You dive until you have 2,000, and then you come back.
Hey, good to know. I didn't know that. I'm sure they
And
teach you.
that's
this
where
in
Now you know a
classes.
little more than nothing.
Well, that's where a lot of people mess up because they don't think they're like, oh, I'll dive half of my tank,
Yeah, and then some unknown happens,
Right.
some variable that you
which is
didn't count
different.
on.
I mean, you still have rules of and like regular reef diving, 35, 40 feet, where you're just swimming with really beautiful fish.
You could probably go a little more.
It's not. I mean, it's still important, but it's not like life or death type situations. You know, I know that I don't need 2,000 psi to gain 40 feet of elevation.
Altitude.
You
Yeah,
know, I know I could swim that on a breath. So
I mean, like I've done some like snorkeling.
yeah,
That's far different than scuba diving.
it's fun, dude. It's crazy fun.
That's deep enough.
The problem is
I feel safe doing that.
it's very addicting, and it's a very, very expensive hobby.
I could imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
well, what's the expensive part? Just all your gear.
Buy
I
all
mean,
your gear, pay for your trips. What are you gonna dive Sloan's Lake?
I mean, you might find
give it a
something.
shot. I guess.
You might find a treasure.
What, Mike Alvarado's Hummer? That's the only thing you're gonna find
You
there.
never know. If it's still in there.
I'm sure there's some stuff in the trunk. I don't know. We'll
I'm-
see. Who
maybe,
knows? Who knows?
maybe.
Maybe not.
But yeah, I mean, if you're in Colorado, every time
Okay.
you want to go dive,
Because like an oxygen tank's probably what, like $25? I
To
don't
buy?
know. I don't know. I don't know a lot about it.
How much to buy one?
to buy one tank,
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
$300.
Okay,
How
my
much?
bad.
How much to get it filled?
That's cheap.
to fill?
really?
Okay,
20
that's what I was
Okay.
thinking. Okay,
Yeah, to buy your tank, one tank, $300.
I was like, dude, you should.
I
know
dive
how much-
doubles. So
Is
it's
there
more-
different sizes of tanks?
I'll just go
or no.
take one from my Aunt Bobby. You
That's
know,
what I was
she's
gonna
got some
say.
spares.
It's like, she's Our Auntie Bobby, smoked for a long time. I'm
Oh,
like,
she's
"You
on
should-"
oxygen, different tanks.
Yeah.
Different tanks.
Oh, okay.
It's like you got this little thing that like you carry
Well-
with you. I'm like, no, that's not what you're gonna take.
No. I mean, dude, your inflatable jacket, your BC, you're going to be $1,000.
Dang.
Your fins are going to be $300-$400. Your mask is going to be $200-$300. Your wetsuit's going to be $300, $400. I mean, it's just
Cert.
and then
500 maybe.
Oh yeah, well, it could
More,
be
maybe?
500 to 1,000 to just get your open water certification.
Damn.
And then every certification after that costs money, and you have to be certified
I feel like that
in the
sounds,
level of diving that you want to go do. So if you
Sounds
want
like-
to go do a cool excursion, if you want to
gotta
go
be
dive
qualified.
a shipwreck,
I feel
you have
like
to
this
be-
sounds like the healthcare problem, where it's just overpriced for no reason.
I mean, if you want to stay alive, you'll pay for the good shit. Just like healthcare.
That's what I said.
I want the cream of the crop.
Right. Give me all the good shit.
Oh shit.
That's enough about scuba diving,
Yeah,
Mike.
see?
We're here.
That's
We're
why
here
we
to
just-
talk. We're here.
I
to,
don't normally do a podcast. Trevor does.
Well, Mike, on the other hand,
Mike's had a 24 hours.
He-
Mike's had a
gosh.
48 hours. Break down your last 48 hours.
So I had graduation. Well, I had the gym, then graduation.
He tells stories, the short version.
Yeah. And then I had to get on an airplane, 5 a.m. or whatever, yesterday. Corner 2 fights. Get back on an airplane this morning at 6. Go to the dentist and then come here.
no cavities, I'm hoping.
I
numb. He got
I had to get it fixed.
Oh,
That's why. Otherwise, I wouldn't have went.
Yeah, so Wednesday, his daughter graduates from high school. So we're at CU. And of course, it gets done at like 9 o'clock at night.
'Cause it was at
it's
7.
It's a 7 o'clock graduation.
why do they do it so? Why do they do
I don't
it
know.
late, man?
You know what? I was a little bit irritated
I
too
quit.
for Delilah, because if you graduate at night and then they didn't let the graduates come back into the arena to meet with their family to take some pictures. They said everybody meet outside. Well, it's dark.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
now
What do you
can't get pictures
immediately
at
want to
all.
do after your kid graduates?
Take a picture.
Pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah.
Give me pictures.
Yeah.
It was pitch black.
Yeah. It was stupid.
Or at least do it like
I mean, I quit.
move it
that
up to
already.
like
You're done?
5:30.
You're done with high school?
Yeah, I quit.
Done.
I mean, I'm going to quit next year.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's at the gym. Then he has to go to graduation. They get out of there at 9, so you got brought home 10,
I think he was at the gym with me.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got to be at the airport at 4:35 in the morning.
Yeah.
Flies to San Diego, corners 2 fights, gets robbed horribly in one of
Oh
them.
man, I was just gonna say that. I felt like
Oh,
Ashley, right?
Yeah,
Yoder.
Yoder.
Man, I do not know how.
I don't.
How did they give it to the?
I
other,
just because the plan was I had AC fighting right next, and they were just gonna go. So I was like, hey, I don't care what the outcome is, I gotta go. But when I left, I was like, oh, we won. And then and then when I heard the crowd boo, I'm like, what happened?
you're like, this is
And
her
then I was
hometown.
like-
There's no way they're booing her.
Yeah, I was like, I seen she lost. I was like, you're
they're.
kidding me.
I mean, honestly, like I'm not one to really do this all the time, but like, I feel like, dude,
I feel like
she
we got
won that
robbed.
fight like pretty
I feel like-
every round.
I feel like we got robbed. I don't like to say
I will
that
say,
either.
I think the California Commission has
Sucks.
the worst judging anywhere.
I
in
think
the
their
country.
commission in general sucks. It's right up there with New York.
You watch people. I mean,
It's a pain.
if
They-
it
they
goes
make
to
you
a
go through lot of
decision,
loopholes,
if your fight goes to a decision in California,
you don't know what.
Nobody
like,
knows.
You're like, oh boy.
nobody in the arena knows. You're like, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
Do you think the other officials there afterwards were like, hey, what were you guys thinking? Or do you think they just let it go?
I would be interested to see if there's a conversation that happens where like, how did you?
I think they should like judges should have to
Justify their card.
justify
Yeah.
a little bit. You know, I get it. Like, there's a lot going on. You're trying to do a lot of fights, but at least a little bit of like, was it ring control? Was it takedown?
But what was it? I mean, how- there was
significant
nothing.
damage? Was it? And I don't think they would have anything to say.
There was
why
nothing.
she lost. Be like,
I could have seen it 29-28, no
Maybe.
problem, because the first round could have gone either way.
first round was close
Because in the first round,
I could
Ashley
still
got
see it.
dotted a little bit.
Yeah.
30-27. If it under the right, maybe.
Right,
maybe.
right,
We'll
right,
say
right.
maybe.
But at worst case scenario, it's 29-28 because Ashley did get opened up a little bit in the first round. So if you're one of those refs where you're like, oh, damage,
Okay.
damage, you're round. You know, even though
I'm a realist.
Right.
I will give that. So let's say, even if you lose the first round,
29,
the second
28.
two were pretty one-sided, I felt like.
Yeah, 29, 28.
Like almost finishing her right there at the end. I'm like,
Pisses me off.
I just don't get like,
But
they should have open scoring.
I think that
they
would
tried
change
that
fights
in
too.
Kansas. Stack had that for one of his fights.
They
Our
did it.
buddy Michael Stack. He had an open scored fight, and he was like, "Oh shit, I only won one judge's score, but then at least you know, hey, I got to pick up the pace."
Or what I'm doing is not
what they
resonating.
want.
They're
Colorado
not
does
saying
it
it.
too. They
The
did
open?
it for they did it for Invicta when they were here.
But only once, right?
Only once. I don't think they
Yeah.
still do it. They
Just
sh-
try it out.
Can we still get it?
I think they can still do it. I think it's up to the promotion, really.
I would have it.
I think it
Because
would
as a
change.
fighter, if I'm in there and I'm like, I feel like I'm in control, I'm doing pretty good, blah, 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 blah. Everything
You're losing.
And then
What?
you look at the scorecard and you're like, oh, this is not what they want to see.
I got to go.
I'm gonna switch gears and do something different.
Might make for more exciting fights too. If that's
And if
kinda
I'm
what they're
down
going
2
for.
rounds and I know it,
I got to knock this guy out or finish him.
I'm
Either
not
way.
I'm not playing
Choke him.
patty cake the 3rd round and hoping.
Well, then like a lot
Hope
of
that
people
you changed their minds already.
Well, like a lot of people argue that like our scoring here in the U.S. compared to what it was like when Pride was going on, where they judge it as a whole fight. So like if you're winning at the end of the fight, you've been putting a lot of like it's better than just round by round by round. It's like, oh, you might have been good.
You mean like cumulative? The whole fight is your
yeah, the whole fight.
Yeah, they
is-
still
so
do
they
that.
don't score rounds, they
No.
just get to the end and
No.
go, yeah.
He was
won.
like, well, your face is fucked up and you're hobbling out. This other guy's looking fresh. He wins because he did more damage at the end.
One used to
Maybe.
One used to do, and I don't know if they do it anymore, but this was a few years ago. They would score the 10 minutes
Total.
total, and then if it was even, then they would score that 5 minutes.
It's interesting. But
There's got to be a fix because it's across the country though. It's
Yeah.
not just California because New York is bad. Other places have had bad.
New York's excuse is that they're relatively new compared
Great.
to everybody else, but it's like, hey, try some things.
well, and the other problem, I think this one's more like when you look at the guys that do the big shows like Sal D'Amato and stuff. Those guys are all from the boxing world. These are guys that you
Right.
spent so much of their lives reffing
Sure.
or not reffing, but
Where you
judging
think your
boxing.
where you think your stand-up fighter's probably going to have an advantage.
Yeah, so it's going to take some time where like, all right, we have these judges that are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, that are, you know,
But Vinny,
college wrestlers that have
they've
a
been
little bit
saying
more.
this for 15 years. It's going to take some time before they can figure out how to judge. It's going to take some time for these boxing judges to figure how
How
long?
much more time? How
What
much
do you
more time
want?
do we need?
No, and it,
Fire them all and then hire a bunch of former MMA fighters to go through the training and get certified as referees
Yeah.
like Chris Lieben and
Which I
put them in
respect
there
that.
who go,
Or why not?
They
I've been in
understand
it.
the game.
Yeah.
a
Why
lot
Why not
better
just take
than
it upon yourself and show up at a gym and
get beat up a little bit.
no, just like
watch,
watch
talk,
and judge and see what.
listen to what
I know
they're
that.
like.
I know that Extreme Couture, that coach Eric, he opened the doors to the refs and the judges. Come on in, and I think they said that even during sparring he would let them. You're gonna judge or whatever. You know, just to because you can't
like
really
that.
judge.
yeah.
You can't. You got to have some kind of your only test can't be fight night.
Right. There's got
You know what I mean?
At least you have a real outlook of like, hey, you lost that round.
Right. But now we're getting to a point of this is the highest level. You know, it's one thing to get certified as a referee and, you know, you're judging kickdown
Yeah.
where the fighters are also of similar in caliber to your ability to judge or ref a fight. And then you get a call to the next level. Just like NFL referees don't start off as NFL referees. A lot of them were collegiate
school,
referees in high
college.
school.
Or do you be like a jury system where the fighters get to pick who they want to judge?
Ooh.
Say, hey, I like this.
Yeah,
guy.
I need,
And you gotta-
I need
you
all
gotta-
the
you
former
gotta-
jiu-jitsu guys.
well, you gotta-
no
you gotta-
fucking strikers
like
as
this
judges.
guy- Get outta here.
Obviously, you would have to go between both camps,
Right. Negotiate back and
see
forth
what will work, and maybe
I think we just need referees that are actually good at their
Competent.
job and competent and have the ability to judge a fight.
Yeah.
And I think the only way that changes is by getting people who were involved in the sport physically on the outside of the cage judging fights.
Yeah.
I mean, there's issues because, like, if they're all on this unified judging system, how do we end up with some fights? One guy wins 30-27 one way, and then another guy wins 30-27 on the other side, and you're like,
How did you guys?
what? How does that happen?
You're like,
What are you watching?
I'm like, yeah.
were you watching a different fight?
Yeah,
on your
exactly.
iPad?
I'm like, dude, that guy's got to be drunk or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sorry, man, I had to go take a piss real quick. All right,
Missed
I'm back.
most of the
And,
fight.
you know, but it's like, that's why I give kudos to guys like Chris Lieben that went through. I don't know if it was Big John's, but Big John has a reffing academy. I know Herb Dean has one.
Yeah.
And it's like going that extra mile. And it's not cheap either. Like, if you're trying to do it the right way and see it, like, you want to go through the best. But some of these guys are just
Right, but
like,
if you want to achieve that level of being a ref, then you need to
gotta
spend the money and get
you
the
need to
training.
be properly trained.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like if Justin only trained in the garage with you and had aspirations of getting signed to Bellator back in the. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Maybe. Highly unlikely.
Right,
but
you know what I
maybe.
mean. But I mean, you had to put yourself in rooms with people that elevated your
yes.
ability and build and build and build and build. I mean, it's just not.
Yeah.
Why do you think you don't see
There's
guys
levels.
in the UFC who are like fighting out of his mom's basement?
Not anymore.
I mean, it's a really nice basement. I'm just like, I mean, we got pads on the wall. I mean, they were pillows, but now they're pads, you know.
I mean, it's the same thing though. Like the referees, it's almost like at the end of every year, there should be a review of how refs scored
Oh, for sure.
and what was, and then like, hey, dude, I'm sorry you didn't make the cut for UFC this year.
You got to go back to
You
training.
need to
and
go.
then
You need to
maybe
go
come
figure
back.
some things out.
You get a 6-month suspension, and
Yeah, they
then
should-
Yeah.
you go back to training.
Or you should have to justify your card at the end of the fight. Just like the fighters come up for the post-fight interview, the referee should have to come up.
And be like, well, I thought this and this.
Yeah,
And
how
then
did
That
you
change the way
hold
they
on,
score
give 'em-
things?
Give them a little bit
If you
of
have to justify, if you have to
It'd
justify
make
your
them more
scorecard,
honest.
tell me how you saw that 30-27, sir.
Hold them accountable a little
Yeah,
bit, you know?
hold the feet to the fire.
only if it's a suspect 30-20. If it's a dominant 30-20.
But it doesn't matter. They should all just like the referee should go into the press conference like everybody else. They may not have any questions for him.
Okay.
It may be like, so 30-27 across the board. Was there anything? Blah blah blah. No. It looked.
It's obvious.
It's obvious to me. Was it obvious to you guys?
That was a blatant ass whooping.
Right.
Just pretty obvious.
What happened was
What?
he beat the shit out that boy.
It's like all three judges look around, all in favor, say aye. Oh,
Yeah.
all right, that round
All
goes
right,
to them.
we're
You
good.
know?
Yeah.
But like an example off of that, though, it's like, yeah, like you should have to explain yourself for how you scored a fight, especially if it's like completely the opposite of what the fans see,
Right.
what the fighters felt. So my example is like I'm a high school English teacher, and I have to give a rubric for what I give off as an essay or a presentation, and I have to say, well, it's like, okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, you're shit. 2, you're kind of getting it. 3, you're baseline. 4, you're the fucking man. And so these
Is
kids,
that what it says?
I mean, I tell
a
the
lot
kids
cooler
Because
if
I'm
it
sending
did.
my kid to your school.
Hey,
it's like, so I was going to teach you guys about soliloquies and Shakespeare, but so this is a Darce choke. We're going to get, but I have to tell the kids like, hey, this is how the rubric's laid out. If you do this, I would put this in this category.
Right.
If you do this, why don't we have the same thing for judging?
I had the same thing to become a scuba instructor. You have to go to a school, and you have to have achieved all these other levels of qualifications. And then after you have all of those up to like an assistant instructor, then you have to go to a training facility for a week. And basically they just break you down and teach you over, redo it. But everything is on the same thing. But if you're not like, it's 1 to 5 there. If you're not a 4, it's a fail.
oh damn!
On that
so there is
skill.
no 3-2-1.
I mean, it's there, but you're just like stupid,
just
stupider,
5, 4,
Yeah.
retarded. Like,
Yeah, it's basically, I mean, if you get a 4, they're like, we're going to pass you.
But you need to.
You probably, this is something you probably need to work on. So why wouldn't it be the same? Like referees are judging fights. Shouldn't there be people that are judging the referee's ability to judge a fight?
Yeah.
Like turn your scorecards in and they go to whatever the head guy is or the head group.
With a couple keynotes of like why. Then the
Great. If you want to explain
official
it. Yeah.
training referee
Right.
supervising
Watch
them
the
can
fight.
be like, okay.
I'm gonna watch this fight and look over their cards and see.
Well, and then there's some guys who like, man, you see it like something that's really bad of like somebody tapped, somebody let them go, and then they kind of call it, but then like all of a sudden they're like, oh man,
Stutter
maybe
steps?
I didn't see if they tapped or not. So it was like, I don't know. Whenever I'm reffing wrestling, my rule is like, if you make the call, you
Stand with it.
man.
Stand
You
up.
stand. You, like
Yeah.
I tell these young kids, I'm like,
Yes.
you make a call, stick to your.
I've
guns,
repped
man,
a
be
lot of
confident.
jujitsu, and you call it like you see it, and you call it true.
True, yeah.
That's from my eyes. This is what I saw, and that's it. I'm here to protect you. So if I believe that
This is what
this is
happened.
what happened, then I'm protected. I'm not going to just let it go. I'm not going to let you lose a limb.
Yeah. I mean, in like college, they have reviews now where you can throw the brick and like, okay, if you have the time to go over the review and maybe you missed it, there's two refs. So like, hey, from this angle, I saw it like this. I could understand. Then maybe you could change it, but if you make a call, you stick to your guns.
You gotta stand on it.
because I'm like, otherwise,
Stand and be willing to explain it.
explain. Yeah, and that's what I said. I was
This
like,
is what I saw.
always have a reason.
You
to
know,
explain,
I mean,
'cause
look,
these parents
even
are
in
ruthless out
in
there.
jujitsu or in MMA, you know, a ref will ask for a sign. Hey, are you good down there?
Got throw.
And you give it, but if the ref maybe you gave it with the wrong hand,
Oh, yeah, and he can't see it, then it's
you
like,
gave it on the offside, and the ref's like, "Oh, he's that."
oh shit! And then all of a sudden, they're like, what? I was
They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. Get better hearing and
Yeah.
give the
it's like,
sign on the side." That's,
my bad. I don't. It's like, sorry, but
But at
you
the
just
same
missed on half
time,
your paycheck.
you watch fighters who refs like let it go way too far,
yeah,
and they're out.
that could be
Same problem.
borderline. Like depending on, I mean, you get a little bit
almost
without
criminal.
oxygen to your brain, but when you get nothing,
Yeah,
man, it's like that could mess somebody up for life afterwards.
or
It does.
guys that are just out on the ground and just the refs letting them
letting
just
them eat more and more.
boom.
It's like,
And we've all watched fighters that like,
dude, are you gonna stop this?
dude, I'm not trying to kill this guy.
I always like the Khalil Roundtree where he's like walking, he just like gets taller and taller. He's like, you want another one? He's like, okay, I'll stop it.
Right.
Like, dude, you were gonna let him. Like,
But
I don't know.
Gaethje had a fight a while. It's not recent, but a while back where
He's like, dude,
ground and pound, and he's like,
it was Cowboy.
oh yeah, he's like,
He's like,
he's
dude,
like, I don't want to hurt
he
him, but
rocked
also
him with, and he's like, dude, how much more do you want me to like look at him? He can't even stand up. And he's like,
save him.
I mean, I don't have the answer. It's better training, better.
Yeah,
hold
I think
them
it
accountable a
comes
little
from
bit.
getting people out of MMA to become referees. Quit using like boxing's the most antiquated judging style in the world. Trying to convert to MMA, and then they're all like, "Well, this is our boxing commission." Well, maybe we should have a combat sports commission.
Yeah,
Well,
just a
most of
slight
those guys
difference.
are all part time too. They're not even full time.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, how do you get like? Isn't there enough money to go around to where there's a few full time people? Or
And that was my question. I don't know
It's
how
not
the
that-
money system works for.
How do
the
they get paid?
commissioners.
it's per show.
it's per show, and I only know this because you know Vantine.
Yeah.
You know,
Hines.
and
There's several.
Eric
Hines.
Eric Hines, and so
Don't bring his name up in here.
but there's some coaches that
He beat wrestling. He beat Trevor in wrestling. That's why we don't. Bring, that's why we
He
don't
gave me
bring
my
it up.
only home loss in high school.
Oh god.
Dang.
That's why we don't talk about him.
No, I
just
love
kidding.
I love Eric to death.
But you know, I talk to these guys because a lot of them they coach wrestling on the side, and even that's just like something to do for fun. But talk to Mark, talk to some of the other coaches, and I was like, hey, I want to get involved with the commission. I want to help out, and you make pennies.
Oh no, it's basically you're just like
You're just a fan.
volunteering.
Yeah. And I was like, so what would I have to do? And he's like, oh, well, talk to Tony Cummins and like send him your resume, let him know your experience. And you would start going in the back. Like
They
you just,
still let
like,
Tony
watch
Cummins
them.
be the commissioner out here?
I believe so, yeah. he was the guy that I talked to whenever I wanted to do that before. And it was funny because they also said, hey, if you're going to fight again, don't talk to Tony. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to fight again because.
Or if you're coaching, you got to be completely done.
I guess I could see why. Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean,
Conflict of interest, you know?
Well, sure. I mean, you I don't want to, like, I don't want to ref your fight knowing that I'm going to fight one of your teammates.
Yeah, that'd be like, might have some bad blood.
But they would start you in the back and you would just like,
you just watch them.
You're pretty
ready
much
room.
just a supervisor. You're just watching.
You're just looking at
everybody.
wieners.
Well, hopefully there's some girl fights going on back there too. You know?
Whoa.
But
Easy on the Me Too movement over here, buddy.
Can you see why they didn't choose me to be in
Yeah.
the commission? But so you would just chill
Yeah.
there, and then you would look at the hand wraps. Check the hand wraps. Then you just go in this tier system. So by the time that you actually become a ref and you can like judge a fight or ref a fight, judge a fight. And some of them are like, I would way better judge a fight than ref a fight because I call a fight too soon. Somebody's going to get mad at the ref. And they're like, I know it's your fault. But you judge a fight, you can be like, I see it a little differently than this guy, whatever, sweep it under
And you
the
have
rug.
some anonymity. Because you just turn in a
Yeah,
scorecard.
and they don't.
You're not the
ask.
guy standing in the cage.
so according to this thing, it says a UFC ref can make anywhere between $500 to $2,500 a fight. And I'm
A fight?
assuming,
A
assuming,
fight?
yeah,
Not just a card,
yeah.
but
And
a fight.
I do know that they make it per
A
fight.
fight.
That's why, like a lot of those, like
3-4 fights a card.
I think Herb Dean's the highest paid. He makes like I think depending on the main event too, like a John Jones, you're probably getting $2,500 for that fight.
Well,
And
and
you
they,
figure that's a full time job, I guess. If
I get
you're
that, if
reffing
you're
every
that.
week.
yeah.
Well, now that the UFC puts on a card every third day of the week.
Yeah,
Well, and then you got
There's some
PSL,
under ones
yeah.
that are like,
like Beltran. Like, shoot, the guy was, well, he was a cop just like Big John was. And then he's on Mayans. And I
Yep.
was like, dang, so this guy's busy. He's really just
He doesn't
reffing
really
because-
need the UFC money.
yeah,
No, he's just like, might as well. It's a paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, it's there and it's good, but I mean, is it better if you have a set of referees that travel the country with the promotion
yeah.
that are on salary for the promotion?
Yeah.
Because then what
Well,
happens
I
if
know-
Dana gets pissed at one of them?
Well, see,
Yeah,
here's the thing.
that-
Like
that's a good
overseas, some of the promotion is the commission.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. So that's why there needs to be a separate. Too much power in one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one.
your promotion should not also be the commission.
Well, I think that was a big issue. Like, what was it? The whole UFC USADA thing, where they were like letting some people kind of slide with things, I guess, and then they end up firing
Lesnar.
USADA. I was like, who's?
Right.
Well,
how
now
are we
they're not-
doing this?
They're in charge of the drug testing now too. That's their company.
UFC?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that should. Just too many.
Either test
sketchy
everybody or
stuff.
don't test anybody. I don't care. One of the two. I just
Yeah.
That
It's
should
gotta
always be like somebody that has nothing to do with.
yeah. It should
I
be an
think-
independent.
I agree. I think
know.
so
It should
too.
be independent, and it should be independent, but it should also make sense.
Yeah,
USADA, WADA.
You know, you're watching guys get tested every 3 weeks that have never had a positive test in their entire life, and then you see other guys who are rather large.
That guy's a pretty beast.
Why are his nipples so long? And how is he? Oh, he hasn't been tested in 6 months.
oh,
So there was a guy last night.
The guy.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I think he was an amateur, but man, I think he had all the. There was no more juice left
He was yoked.
for anybody. Yeah, I was like, damn.
I mean, I don't know. I'm weird though. I'm like, test everybody. Okay, whatever. Don't test everybody. Also fine with me.
There are differences too, because it's just in my example. I guess I remember looking whenever I was fighting on Contender Series. The guy ahead of me, this dude was pretty yoked out. So like we're all talking in line, waiting to do our thing, and like his little section on the drug testing spot was like that long, and just little like small print. Mine was like that long, and I was like, well, looking at you, I can see why, but it just why do they
Right.
test me? I mean, if it's the same thing, test us all the same. I
Yeah,
think.
well, it should just be a standard test.
Yeah, I agree.
There shouldn't be variables.
Yeah. Why is different for this guy versus me? Maybe
Right.
he tested hot
Do,
before.
do I get to
don't
know what they're testing me
Yeah,
for?
yeah.
Because
Then I
I'll
could
just
take
use
some certain
everything
things,
else.
everything
Yeah.
else that's not on the list.
Yeah.
You ever hear some of the horror stories about like fighters and getting USADA tested?
Oh, them showing up at like the most inconvenient times in the
Oh my
world
God.
and just
Dude, they showed up in my house at like 6 a.m, knocking on my door, and I'm like, dude,
Well, no,
Like, come on in, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't got to pee yet, so let's have some breakfast.
the funniest one that I remember hearing was Yancey Medeiros.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the middle of laying some pipe, and they were like, "Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong." He's like, "What the hell is going on?"
I'm gonna need 5.
He just he checks the door, and he's like, "Oh, man, like."
You have to watch me pee because you're
gonna have to give me a second here.
Like I'm gonna have to readjust a little bit, bend it down. It's like
It's gonna need a cold shower before we pee. So are you hanging out with me?
If you make them hang out with you, I've noticed, if you make them hang out with you a little longer than normal, they'll adjust their schedule.
Yeah.
They fix the glitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll stop. Like there's people that I've known that they show up at 6 and they're with them till 10.
Jeez.
Just
See,
because they refuse to go to the bathroom.
I'm petty as fuck.
Seems janky, but it's like, hey,
I'm petty. Like I'm super petty. If you pulled that shit at 6 a.m. out of me,
dude,
I'd hold that piss until I couldn't.
Yeah, I think that's what they would
I'd be like,
no, these
you're
people
gonna
went
have
and
to
ran
wait.
these people went and ran errands.
I'd make them
They
drive.
went everything.
Sorry, Mister, you saw the guy. I gotta go pick up a prescription. I gotta do some stuff.
come with me, I guess.
I'm riding the bus unless you want to drive.
Take me over there.
Right? Make him drive me around.
He watched me like, I was like, dude, I just peed before you got here.
Yeah.
This was another time. And he just watched me like clean my house. I was like wiping the counters, vacuuming the floor. He's like, you got to go? Yeah. I was like, dude, it's been like 15 minutes. Give me a second.
I can only do so much.
Yeah, no.
It's like, are they paid by the sample or are they paid by the hour? Because if it's like, hey man, I just peed, I'm like, take your time, dude. I'm
Well, they got a list. So
They gotta hit
every one
multiple
of
certain
every
people.
one of them have like a list of like X amount of fighters, and you've got to hit that list within a certain the quarter. So it doesn't matter if you get them all in the first day of the quarter or the last day. I think you get paid the same. It doesn't matter. So I think a lot of them just try to do those, just boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm
All
done.
at once. I think that's why he said he came so early. He's like,
Yeah.
I got 6 guys.
He's like,
today.
I live in Castle Rock. You're the furthest one, so I just started all the way up here. and I
Aaron was
worked
his name.
my way.
Aaron.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, he was my favorite guy.
Bigger guy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was cool though. He was.
Oh,
like-
he was nice to us. Like he was great.
he was because he did it a couple times, so he was like, eventually he's like, you're one of the cool ones. I don't mind. Like if you had an issue where you weren't at the gym at that time, I'd call you, give you some time.
Right. Hey, I'm at your
Maybe-
gym.
But he's like, some guys, nah.
If you're not there
He's
where you
like,
say
"They're
you're supposed to be,
assholes, so fuck them. He's
Yeah.
like, I'll give them like 15 minutes. If they ain't there, I'm out of here. Like, dang.
Failed test.
Like, huh? It's good to be nice. Good to be nice to people, I guess.
He was nice to us.
I just don't.
No,
I mean, I get.
No, he was.
Oh, he was.
It
Yeah,
was to
he
the,
was- okay.
It was to the point to where it was a little suspicious because I was like,
Like he thought JJ was cute.
no, he was just like he would tell us, what time do you want us to come?
It's like, might be able to pee in like 2 hours. All right, I'll see you in
Like,
2
he'd
hours.
be like, hey, yeah, or just
That's
tell
not
me
bad though.
tell me what day's not a good day.
dang.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good report.
Because I don't feel like
Yeah.
most people would get.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I agree.
Like, he was super, but we were always cool to him. But now the new UFC one, they can come on Sundays. USADA doesn't come on Sundays.
Dang.
Are they coming to church with you? Oh, I'd fuck them up, dude. I'd be like, hey, Sunday, we go to
Gotta
church.
come,
We're
bro.
Catholic.
You
It's
have
going
to.
to be a while.
You go
Oh,
into
man.
confessional, you're like, Father, I've sinned. I cheated on my drug test. It's like, aha!
I got you.
That's funny shit. I just don't. Does Colorado? Colorado doesn't test.
No.
I think I was
Local.
only tested one time in my however long I
I
was with
never got
Sparta.
tested ever.
What they told me was, if you're a professional title fight, your chances of getting tested go up. But I mean, I've had
But the
a good
promotion's
handful.
got to pay for it. And
Yeah.
it's
Oh, Steve
expensive.
Valley wasn't paying for
So
nothing.
yeah, so you're like, nah, we're good. It's these guys; they ain't paying.
Yeah.
That I do know is that the promotion does have to pay.
To have testing.
Yeah.
How much do you think a test costs? A couple $100?
It shouldn't nowadays.
No.
No.
They sell, you could buy a test off Amazon.
Hey, watch this. Honey, if you're watching, go in the garage above the
You got
workbench,
test?
and there's a box that's like 2.5 inches tall and it's square, like foot by foot. Grab something out of there.
Oh
A
man,
test.
I have them.
You have see. That's what I'm saying. We could do it. We should just go door
This
to
is
door.
they're not expensive.
oh they're okay. So that's why I was curious. I was like,
No, we just should go door to door here. Just,
hey, come on, you've been called. Test up.
People, my neighbors over here, like,
What the heck's your problem?
what are you talking about, Tony?
just got some word.
Yeah, we got.
Fill it up to the line.
You got
please.
words?
No. I just said we just got some word. That
Yeah, we got some word that maybe you've been doing
Some
some
things
things.
Some extracurricular activities.
See, it would be my house. All the neighbors would be like, "Listen, the smoke billows out of your house. We're gonna test everybody." Not me. I could pass.
I could pass too.
No, I couldn't.
So my question though is like, if you don't have to test in Colorado, or at least they just don't
Yeah.
typically. So like, what stops people from doing stuff that's completely off the or was on
Nothing.
The honor system, I guess.
Yeah, because like
Nothing, dude. Have you not been to like look around every once in a while at a fight? And you're like,
Dude,
no, yeah,
that guy's definitely on
what
some
the shit, dude?
Yeah.
It's like I could
I had a
probably
whole team full of guys. You look, I was like, Jesus fuck. Am I missing a class that you guys are taking?
There was a fight years ago at Douglas County for Ring of Fire. The dude was just on everything, and he ended up winning the fight. But as soon as he got out of the ring, because it wasn't even in a cage; it was a ring.
Old ring of
Yeah.
fire.
Ring of
it was
Fire.
it was like
Those were-
2000.
those are the good
2007.
love it.
Yeah. And he passed out,
Just collapsed.
just collapsed on the floor.
Oh my god.
Dang.
Too much cocaine.
Well, that was my
something.
that was my next thing to say. It's
There
like,
you go.
Here we go.
Oh, right there.
Piss it up, Vinny. We're getting to test. Oh, by the way, the reason we invited you on the podcast, the reason we invited you on the podcast because Cummings called.
Gotcha.
it's like a Chris Hansen episode. It's like, oh, how you feeling, everybody? You want to take a
They're
seat?
disposable.
You know?
You
But
could crack it
What
open.
did you use it for?
THC, COC, MOP, AMP,
Sure.
MET.
Is that when you were bail bonds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
MDMA, BAR, BZO, MTD,
So you
BUP,
did drugs. Dang, you
OXY.
did everything.
Yeah.
so, like, I asked that though. It's
Let me
like,
see.
what would stop
open it up.
somebody
Open
from
that
being
thing
in
up.
the back for like an amateur fight at a nothing promotion, where it's like, yeah, we rented out the high school gym, we put some mats down, and then you just see some guy just like.
There's
Let's
nothing
go.
stopping
Like,
them, and
there's-
nothing has stopped them. If you don't think that there's guys at every local promotion in Colorado that aren't ripping lines before they fight, and maybe it's not coke, but 99% of the time it's just like chopped up addies all day
Yeah,
long.
something just to lock them in. But I'm like,
So you don't even gotta. You just bam, and then it tells you you don't
it tells
even
you
do
right
nothing?
out of the cup, I think.
Yeah, look on the side.
Like,
Oh, there they are.
in
Look
On the inside,
Yeah,
yeah.
look, they're right there.
Oh, those are the lines.
Those little things.
Interesting.
You know, we should
Well, it's like, it's,
one of these days we should hydrate and just
like,
on the podcast we all test and sit them down.
Bam,
all
bam,
right,
bam.
let's see how we go.
I don't qualify.
It was like, well, last night we all went to the Cypress Hill concert, so we're gonna see what what was in our system. And they're
Well,
like,
I can tell you, I eat gummies to fall asleep. I take ADHD medicine to
I think those
lock
come
in.
up as like a methamphetamine.
That comes,
right?
yeah, oh,
So-
absolutely.
What
And
does?
then I microdose mushrooms to keep my
Oh, so
brain
you'd have,
halfway
it
healthy.
would just be solid red then.
Everything's just boom. It's like,
Just solid red.
No barbiturates stuff.
Trevor, you didn't pass a single one.
Sounds like high school.
honestly, like this classified as bleach. What the fuck happened? Like, what is it? You were drinking bleach?
They're like, we're going to use this as an example. But I mean, I don't know. Like with the UFC or all the other like major promotions testing, simple things like marijuana. I mean, testing for marijuana probably the dumbest thing ever.
That's dumb.
I think they said it's because it's like a pain tolerance, like a aid in pain tolerance is what they were telling me. And I was like, I don't know if that's the case, but I also know I've tried to train high. I can't.
Yeah, that's
do
it. Like,
I
how
just-
much pain tolerance compared to how much I'm not even in the same room with you.
Yeah, it balances itself out.
It's like you got to have your wits, And there was a story that when Nick Diaz fought Takanori Gomi, they said his levels were so high in his post-fight drug test. There's no way he wasn't high
During the fight.
Yeah, but
And it was like, and they're like,
guys
suspension.
like
And I'm like,
guys like the Diaz brothers, they're functioning.
Triathletes.
They're functioning stoners.
High
Like
level jigs.
yeah.
Yeah,
if you didn't let them smoke,
then they'd
you would
probably be
you'd
weird.
watch a weird performance.
yeah, it just would be, they'd be off their game. So it's like, yeah, what would you say? They got mad at Michael Phelps a long time ago because it was
Because
after
he
the
could
Olympics.
accomplish
he had a lot to think about
Olympic.
while he was swimming. He was like, "Wow, dude! Like I'm really in my head."
Scoop.
Marijuana it should be tested nowhere for anything
yeah.
ever.
Well, and
I agree.
I just like if it's such a bad like. Hey, I'll be honest. Like I see some of my friends smoke and eat edibles, and like I'm like, dude, they're like professional smokers. Me, I like to relax. I'm done with my week. I trained hard. I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
I want to go chill. I want to go chill with my wife. Laugh at some
Yeah.
stuff. But I'm like, if it's such a bad thing, how can you say it's helping you? It just doesn't make sense to
Right.
me.
If you're saying it reduces all of these factors, then I should get a +1 every round because I'm high.
because I'm high, yeah. I was like, hey, I give people credit who can come in. I smell some guys and we're trained, and I'm like, good for you, bro. But like, I come
How do
in,
you
I'm
do
like,
it?
don't hit me. Man. Like, no.
My wife is
Some people you just get an instant high. It's like, damn, what you
Yeah.
just
Like,
my wife is a
got that
fully
good
functioning professional stoner.
I was like,
Bro.
hey, I'll smoke, go do some stuff,
No,
go
no.
work on the backyard or something. I
like-
don't know.
It's like, I'm going to
Professional.
Professional, like, hey, dude, there's people that are just that's how they roll.
You can't tell. Like if you talk to,
No, and it
I
doesn't-
promise you, she's high as fuck.
Hey, well, she was very nice. She got
Right.
me some food, got me some water. I was like, you're awesome.
Well, just knowing what that tolerance is, like, because some people literally, it's like wake and bake, boom, all right, let's get some laundry done, let's go, we got to run to the grocery store, and then I got to, like, make dinner and stuff like that. And then you got somebody like me where it's like, we visited our cousin's grave a few, on his birthday, and dude, I don't smoke, not because, like, oh, I'm so stringent, but out of respect for my late cousin, I was like, all right, when in Rome, here we go. This vape, I took like 2 hits.
we fall asleep.
I was
End of your day.
well, like, and
End of your day, right there. You're like, I'll be in the back seat.
I was with my grandma and my aunt. They're just watching me. I'm just like backpedaling away from the grave. And they're like, Ethan, are you all right? I'm like, huh? Yeah, I'm just really cold. And then we get back to their house and like, all right. It's like, it felt like 5 hours. It was probably like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I just don't get how some people can just rip it like that. It's like 2 for me. And
Professionals, dude.
Dude, if I spent a day smoking with my wife, she would just push me around in a wheelchair.
Just like, all right, honey, let's go.
I would just be like,
Did I do good today, honey? He's like, you're my little man.
there's no way, no way, no how. Nope. Can't do it.
Can't do it, won't do it, huh?
Well, I mean, there's some people that probably shouldn't. I've seen some people like they're just like, dude,
Oh,
just too
you're like, dude,
much.
it's,
Tone it down.
you killed all the brain cells. Like,
all,
no more smoking for, let something rejuvenate inside of your
They
head.
just like get all like anxiety and stuff, and I'm like, dude, okay, that's not good. That's not your drug.
No. If you smoke weed and it makes you anxious, don't smoke
Just
weed.
don't smoke it.
Yeah.
It's not your thing. Don't do it.
Somebody's told me this. I don't know if there's any truth behind that. Like, if it makes you anxious, you're allergic to it. I'm like,
I must be really allergic.
Hey,
I'm like,
I'll go with that. Sure.
I'm really, really allergic.
I think they were just saying it so I wouldn't smoke. Maybe
They're
I don't know. But I was like,
they're like, Justin, you know that marijuana.
But I mean, I guess here's another thing. I'll say it like this: I have never once gotten in trouble for weed, besides by my parents whenever I was younger.
Yeah.
Alcohol, on the other hand, done some pretty crazy shit when I was a little
Yeah.
sipping some of Grandpa's old cough medicine. You know,
It's hard because I have adult children and we're a very green house. It's hard to really try to discipline.
That's
like,
why you're wearing that today, that colors.
smoking.
Got it.
No, but like trying to discipline your child. They're like, don't you dare smoke that marijuana. And your wife's like,
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, don't. I was like, maybe just like until you're a certain age.
That low key was like a very
That
good
was
sound
pretty- that was
effect. I was
clutch.
like, oh
Sound
shit, am I in
effect.
high school again? What's going on? But
I thought Cypress Hill was on.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you parent against it, and B, if it's so widely accepted, why is it that anyone, especially fight commissions or anyone, it's fucking weed.
Fight commissions.
Unless you're in Texas, did you guys see that?
Oh no, what happened?
Basically, in the last 24 hours, their I think it's their house passed a bill.
Like their house, or
Yeah, Texas.
so they were in the house.
All Texas, like the
Oh, okay.
Texas State House of
Okay.
Representatives, banning all THC 100% and making any amount of THC a major criminal offense.
What?
Wow, really? I didn't
Which
know
is
that.
it mean felony?
I mean, I'm
Dang.
sure on weight,
That's a pretty harsh.
That's tough.
they're trying to prevent all the people from Colorado moving there. They're just like, oh,
well,
fucking
here's the
no
thing.
more weed.
Gee.
Here's my logical brain looking at this.
All right.
You take Texas, which is a border state,
That's massive.
huge.
Yeah, very big.
You ban legal THC, which means someone cannot go to a dispensary even with a red card and obtain.
Wait, do they have dispensaries there?
I don't. They may have, but
That
I
would change
don't.
a lot of things too, because if they're already established, now you're just going to take it away.
You've killed that business. But if I can't go to a legal dispensary and buy weed that is somewhat governed, at least, like I know I'm not getting fentanyl at the
At the
dispensary.
yeah, it's like, uh-huh.
So you take that out of the way. People in Texas are not going to stop smoking weed. What are they going to do?
They're just going to get it illegal.
And where do you? Where does a border state
Mexico.
cartels? They're just going to push
So you're almost
all
like
the weed.
promoting
So
it
you're almost
in
like, hey,
a-
cartels, come on up.
Dang.
It doesn't make sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
it doesn't make sense. Well, I feel like they were making. I mean, Colorado made a lot of money whenever they made it legal.
where did
because
that
it
money go
was-
though?
The roads.
It's supposed to go to roads and schools.
Roads and
Yeah.
schools.
Roads
don't
and
think
schools.
so. Our
How
roads
much did you
are
get?
rough.
Working in a school, and same thing with gambling. I'll be up, it's like, I haven't seen shit.
You didn't get a check?
No, I haven't gotten a fucking thing. And it's like, okay, you can bet on table tennis, but it's like, can we get some new books, please?
No.
So no.
Books.
Fucking loser. No,
Just
buy
not
it
in the
yourself.
budget this year.
Yeah.
Vinny. Just not
That's
in the budget.
crazy.
Just get a huge parlay together, and then you get that money.
You got
spend it on
this.
Books. Yeah.
If you hit this 8-leg, you're good. As a teacher, is it a crazy world for you right now?
Oh yeah. Teaching is, well, whenever I first started to teach, like I had no interest in teaching. Like I originally started going to school.
He's like, I don't even like fucking kids.
It's like I like one kid. And that's my kid.
And I only like him most of the time.
Yeah.
Times, oh.
Oh my gosh, like, and I come home with stories all the time. But teaching right now is really weird because during COVID, a lot of people stepped out of the profession,
Right.
Because they were like, I can't do this virtually, and so I was like, and I was in between jobs, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get my alternative license, and then I passed the equivalency exam, so.
I can get an alternative license and pass a test.
Yeah, that's literally all you have to do nowadays, which again is bananas.
Can I teach civics?
You could probably teach whatever the hell
What's
you
civic?
want.
I didn't have, what is that?
Like basic governmental.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they probably
Economics?
they put you under like a category of like history and
yeah.
social studies, but like it was just do this alternative licensure, which was essentially was a college course, then pass the equivalency exam, and
So you got to get your GED in teaching.
it's pretty much that. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't want to go to whole college.
Now they won't let you into the alternative licensure unless you have a 4-year degree. So at least there's a silver lining there. But there's sometimes I see some people.
So he's smart too.
I wondered, but
He got it.
we had a spelling bee one night.
oh my god,
Who's the winner?
Ostentatious. I spelled A-U-S, and I was like, it starts with an O, you fucking imbecile. And I was like, and you're an English teacher. How the hell do you not know that? And so
You got one job.
but,
We were having some drinks. We had some friends over, and I was like, I think it was Vinny and my wife, who's a nurse, English teacher, nurse, pretty respectable jobs. I think it was me and April maybe.
Yeah.
So like professional fighter, and she delivers like meds for hospitals and stuff. So like, oh man, we don't stand a chance.
You're like, we're done.
But we got to choose the words they spell. They got to choose the words we spell. Oh, we hit them with some good ones.
like,
You'll never forget how to spell ostentatious, will you?
no, I was like,
It's burned into his brain.
I'm just like, if you throw that at me again, I'll probably fuck it up again, but I'm going to be more mad about it each time. So, like, I can spell onomatopoeia, and I'm super proud of that, but that's also something that I teach in English. If you're like, all right, spell soliloquy, I'll be like, I get it. But then you throw some shit at me that I've never seen before, I'll be like, man, that's science. I'm not a science teacher. Fucking send that over to the lady downstairs. But
What about possum?
oh. There we go. I think that's all I need to say.
Another one of those damn O words.
That's
He
my
just-
go-to.
He threw the O section out of the dictionary. He was like, I hate them all.
Out. Never
But-
again.
But teaching right now is really interesting because whenever I got
What's
into
interesting? The kids or the parents?
Oh God.
oh my god, well,
Or the district.
Oh yeah.
it's a combination. Of
It's
things.
almost like
Well, because you're with
you guys are like in
Frontier, right? Which is a
Union
or
Colony.
Union Colony. I'm
It's
sorry.
a charter school.
It's a charter, so it's a
So-
little different than your.
And I'll tell you straight up, charter schools are definitely where I liked teaching there this year. I had a really good time. Smaller class sizes. You take a little bit of a hit on your pay, but to teach less kids and have a little bit more autonomy with what you teach, because if you teach in a district, if they have a curriculum, you have to teach that
Right.
curriculum. You don't get to teach what you want to teach.
right. You don't get to create your lesson plan for the year. It has to be
Yeah.
first quarter you teach this, second quarter you teach this.
Yeah, and sometimes they say, hey, you got to read a book. It's got to be this many chapters, and it's got to be at this grade level. Then you can kind of, I'll pick this book, or maybe I'll try this story or something like that. But the biggest thing that I've noticed, and this is to not trying to dig on any of the kids that I've taught, but the bar is really low right now
For teachers?
for students.
Oh, trust me, I know.
It's just kind of like, hey, get them in, get them out, get them in, get them out. And for schools, they don't want you to have low attendance numbers because you get like $6,000 per student in your school.
That
for
achieves
the
a certain
school
number
year.
of days.
Yeah, and if they're there on roster day, then all right, we get their money for the whole year. If they drop out, they expel, they die in a car wreck.
I just need them early. Just give me.
Yeah, just be here.
I'll tell
This
you
day.
guys when roster day's over. Just stick with me.
Free lunch on this week.
Where we were told, like, hey, like, have some incentive for your kids, like, have a movie day, like, hey, say if you come in, like, we'll have
Because
a
that works
pizza
in corporate
party.
America too. We're having pizza.
You get this tiny little slice of the.
So, but then you'll get kids that like just don't really try, and that drives me up a wall. Because I said, you can come to my class and you can try, and if you fail, like I'll have some sympathy.
I'll work
for
with you, yeah.
I'll work with you. It's the kids that show up and they're like, what fool? Like, I don't even care about English, dude. I'm like, well, you should because I read your
Because you sound like
writing.
an idiot.
And I would read their stories and I'm like, I think that's supposed to say because, but you spelled
C-U-Z.
it. It's like P-C-U-Z.
Because.
And I was like, you did not write that. They were like, are you fucking with me? And
You're like-
man, whatever. I don't care, bro. And I'm just like, I'm just here to fucking talk to chicks and hang out with my friends. And I'm just like,
Aren't we all?
so as a teacher,
As a teacher, you should not be there to talk to chicks.
no, I would talk to like the old lunch lady. It's like,
Hey,
Safe.
hey, Deborah, saw you cooking that pizza.
Is
for
it
the
Big
kids."
Deborah or Little Deborah?
Oh, it's Big Deborah. So, I mean, not to rant too much about it, but yeah, and then you get the kids that they don't care. Guess what's happening at home?
The
They
parents
don't-
give
Parents
even less
don't
of
care.
shit. Yeah.
I would send emails. I'd give parents a call. And one time, this kid just would sleep in my class. And I would come down. Like, at first, it's like, hey, I need you to wake up a little bit. And then it turned into just like, fucking get up. Get up. Come on. Like, I'm like tapping them on the freaking head.
That's assault.
It should be. Because, like, after a while, I was
You
just
violated
like,
their safe space.
I think
it's like, you touched me in my no-no circle on my head. So but I hit up their parents. I was like, your son or daughter has been sleeping profusely in my class. I want to make sure that they're doing all right if they get enough sleep. And they're like, next time they sleep, make them do sit-ups. And then hung up the phone. And I'm like, hey, your dad said to do sit-ups. And they're sitting in class like they're not paying attention. They're just doing sit-ups. And I'm like, that's not a me thing.
Right.
I would never tell a kid to do sit-ups. Push-ups maybe, but not sit like it's
Someone
just-
should tell me to do sit-ups.
So it's a tough profession. Making lesson plans, chill. Disciplining kids.
See, it always
whatever.
sounds cool. Like if all jobs paid the same, and you could just do, I could be a history teacher if I could create my own curriculum and like take the kids on a journey through the school year all the way to the
Isn't that
end.
what teaching is?
No.
I mean, no,
Not
that's what it
nowadays.
should be, right?
Right, that's what it should be. But what it is
Yeah.
they give like the school mandated curriculum for your district. This is what you teach.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're like, it's not true. I don't believe. They're like, this is what you
it
teach.
doesn't matter. That's
Even in math, they're like, this is how you teach math today.
That's
And you're
crazy.
like, well, that doesn't make any sense. It takes 9 pieces of paper in 45 minutes
to
your way, or I could just,
do it the
Do
old
it
way,
this
which
way.
makes sense.
and we could do like 9 problems per page.
Yeah.
So
You don't get a choice. Like
That's
you do not get a choice.
Yeah. And again, that's why I liked the charter school, because they gave me that opportunity to teach what I wanted to teach. I took things that I liked from my public school experience and I said, all right, I'm going to do this. But then, like, the end of the year, I was like, I don't really have enough time to do a real research project. I threw at them like, hey, plan a vacation. You get this budget. You got to do research and find like how much it costs to rent a car from Hertz. And I'm like, that's real world application that I'm like, that's huge. I want you to
like,
take something that you're going to
Start
do
a,
later.
show me a plan to how you would start a business.
Yeah, exactly.
we've talked about that before.
Show me a business plan. Great.
And I preach to these kids.
But instead of that, what I need you to do is cross stitch this pillowcase.
because
Home ec class
because
was
we're gonna
sick.
Right.
When
Like
was-
some of the stuff that they have kids do, I'm like, instead of learning anything about the real world, this is where we're at.
Taxes,
Yeah.
changing a tire, like I don't know, stuff
Just
that's like
everyday-
real,
yeah.
like that you're really gonna see in life, not trigonometry.
So one of my daughters, Autumn, super smart, ridiculously smart, could not stand school.
kids
And
like that.
education in my house is like paramount. Education before anything. And so she was like, it took her a long time. She came to me, she's like, I want to talk to you about something. And I was like, let's talk. She's like, I don't want to go to high school. I was like, well,
Dang,
that sucks because
like I don't think you really
it's
have
gonna be a
much of a
long,
choice.
long time where you're gonna
That's
be irritated.
crazy, yeah.
But she found this school in, I think it's called Boulder Prep or Boulder's.
that's what you said it was called.
So it's a fully accredited high school, but like your core classes are condensed and they've added life classes in instead of just whatever, like basket weaving 101. But she graduated in what would be the end of her sophomore year.
Wow.
Because basically it was, these are the benchmarks you have to hit,
To be a high school graduate,
and at your pace, it could take you 2 years, it could take you 5 years at this high school, but these are the benchmarks. And it wasn't like you have to sit in a class for this long and then take a test. It's, if you can pass this test today,
you're good.
you're
You
good.
don't even need
Move
this.
on
Yeah,
to
you're
the
good.
next thing. And so I think a lot of her classes would do like test out days before the semester started, where classes that were required for graduation, but you didn't want to spend the time on, if you could pass that standardized test, They would just wipe your pass.
Yeah.
The class is done.
Seems reasonable to me.
But they spent a lot of time on life skills, like understanding how to function once you leave high school. Because so many kids in regular school, public school, they get done with high school. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, which was
How long
a
ago?
long time ago, when you graduated, you basically either went to college or moved out and started working. And you hit the ground running and functioning. Now anymore, it's like you graduate and then you just live at your parents'
Stay
house.
until leech
fi-
as long
you
as you
figure it
can until
Because they don't have any, there's been no push. There's no skill drive. And that's probably the biggest thing I see with kids these days is A, there's no incentive. B, there's no push. You can't discipline. You can't
do
hold a
anything.
kid back.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, that like
You fail as a teacher if you don't drag a kid through.
What is it? No child left behind.
Right, but it's even. I mean, it's so bad now. It's like my youngest daughter dated this young man for like 2 years, and we loved the kid to death. I didn't think. I thought they were going to have to put him in like a special ed high school because he's just not a school. Like he can do some things, but he's not a brain. He's not a smart kid. He's a mechanic, and the kid can just.
Oh, he can
he's a
turn a
wizard.
wrench. He knows cars.
But at the end of his sophomore year, it looked like it was going to take him 6 years to graduate.
Dang.
Somehow this kid graduates a semester early. Because the school system is set up now that, I mean, you can do whatever. Do you know anybody that graduated early when you were in high school?
I think there was one kid, but he
they
was
were
like,
sm- but yeah.
he was a
But
phenomenon.
they're Doogie Howser.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was a phenomenon.
I
He was
knew-
like almost ready to graduate college. I was like,
Yeah, I knew. I didn't know. I went to school
Show
with a
off.
kid that graduated like early, and everybody made a big deal because
Because that was like a huge
Like, well,
thing.
dang, that does-
Nowadays,
everyone graduates.
a little
early.
more popular, a little
some-
more common.
Well, it's not. It's because the bar is so low, and the required curriculum. Like,
it's garbage.
if you take a full class load, freshman year, sophomore year, by the middle of your junior year, you're looking for fun classes to take to fill the rest of
Just
high
to
school.
fill up the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like my parents too. They were like, dude, I don't want you to have too much time off.
Yeah.
You're going to get in trouble.
Well, we didn't have when I was in high school, there wasn't like you could schedule this hour off or have this off. You went to school at 7:30 and you got done at 3:45.
Yeah.
And you have a class
Every
every
block.
hour,
Yeah.
and then you have lunch, and then you have class. There wasn't like, oh, I have third and fifth off, and I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, what the shit are you talking about?
It's like, go to school, go learn,
Yeah,
do something.
Well, and nowadays, like, and again, another thing with the charter schools, a lot of schools are doing it now, though. You can graduate high school with an associate's degree. Like, you can go to where my charter school is at, and it's across the street from Ames Community College. A lot of kids go there, and if they're really good, not all of them graduate with the associates, but one of the boys on my wrestling team, he has an associate's in liberal arts, and he's going to go into college with the ace up his sleeve. Like, all right, cool. I only have to be here for 2 years now. I don't have to be here for 4.
my youngest daughter's just finishing her junior year right now, and the only math class they had left for her to take, because she'd taken them all, was a college level class. And if you achieve a certain grade point average, you get
credit.
college credit
Yeah.
for it. And she was like, the only reason I took it is because
That's
there
it.
wasn't anything
It's
else.
like, yeah, like,
Like I've done all the other classes.
Yeah.
So now she has college credit and zero will to ever want to go to
To go to
college.
college,
Yeah.
you're like,
She's like,
dang.
why would I go to college?
because you're a genius.
I mean, I always laugh about it because I look at mine. Like, I don't even have my diploma in the house.
I think it's at
Isn't that
grandma. I
weird?
think all of ours are at grandma's house. I've seen
Yeah.
them
Well,
all
the high school
stacked up.
diplomas, I got my, like, the foam, what do you call it? Binder that they give you your college diploma, your degree in. And it's in my garage. And I'm like, probably should take better care of that. But it's not like they look at that and like, oh, you've lost this? Well, I guess you don't have your bachelor's anymore. Like,
Try again.
it's like, oh, it was just in the. So, but I look at it, I'm like, man, Did going to school
English teacher.
Yeah, I know. Did going to school really prepare me more for the real world than somebody who got their jump start on the workforce right away? Built a trade, became a plumber, became an electrician, than me going to school for communications, which is basically I just want a piece of paper with my name on it at the end of 4 years. And I preach that to the kids. I'm like, you don't have to go to college. Go be a welder, be a
trade
fucking plumber, be
Or
an electrician.
beat the entire system and just learn whatever the frick it is you want to do and then just do it.
Yeah. If you're passionate about it and you bust your ass, you will find a way to make money with it.
We were talking about, just like a week ago, we were talking about things that you can learn now that there's still a college degree available for and that people go to college for, but I see no reason. And one of the big things was
Unnecessary.
become a coder.
Coding.
Dude,
Kids go to school, like big time universities, and they spend a shit ton of their parents' money to get a degree in computer sciences or whatever, to become a coder. And the whole time, their friend is just coding.
Just doing it. Yeah.
And then got a job halfway through your college, halfway through you going to college. I have a job paying $100,000.
Yeah.
Why? Because I can code.
well, because wasn't it Taiwan that said he's really good at coding and he had to make a choice like, hey, either you're going to train and fight or you're going to code? It's like, dude, that's crazy that like you can be that good at something and get a steady living and you can do it as a hobby. Like even with like ChatGPT now, you can say, hey, teach me how to code this video game
Careful.
I want to make.
Be careful though. Because I own a GTA RP server. And so we do my guys do a lot of coding on the back end of that. But we had some people that tried to use ChatGPT to adjust.
We just talked about this last week.
To adjust some of the, like we'd get a script in that performs a function and you're like, oh, I really like that, but it'd be really cool if you could just change it a little bit and do this. Well, they would take it and dump it into ChatGPT and say, hey, adjust this script to do this, this, and this, which is cool. And you're like, oh, that's
Easy.
the greatest tool ever.
Yeah.
And then they plug it in and like 9 other things in the city break.
Oh.
Because ChatGPT only knew to adjust that one script, not understanding that script is connected to 5 other scripts when it's in the game. So now everyone's like, why is everything broken?
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't touch any of that stuff. How would I have broken that?
Then you go back and you say, all right, now fix this, but still do this. And then, now the cars are all like green for some
You got to
reason.
learn to
Coders
how to speak to the.
Yeah, but coders have to be able to code. Like you have to be able to look through, even if you have ChatGPT help adjust it, a coder still needs to be able to go line by line and go, okay, this all
0, 1,
This- yeah, it
1,
goes-
0,
goes.
0, 1.
But ChatGPT messes up a lot of stuff. We were just talking the other day about there's a court case where attorneys filed motions that they had written by ChatGPT.
God.
ChatGPT made up the court cases that it was using to support the motion. The court cases didn't exist.
Oops.
So they turn in these motions, and then the judge has his clerk go through and verify the context of the motion and goes, "This
The heck is
this
these?
doesn't-
None of these are even. What are you talking about?
So these attorneys are in the process of being sanctioned,
Man,
For good reason.
and it could be
Yeah.
it could actually be a criminal offense because you're providing false information to an officer of the court.
dang.
Because if I hand it to you and you read it and take me on my word, but I made it
You
all
lied?
up,
Yeah, that's a perjury.
that's bad. That's bad.
You think so?
I mean,
Just
if you
kidding.
get caught.
I mean, hey,
That's
that's like
the
I always
key
say.
thing.
It's not legal. It's only illegal if you get caught.
You mean in fighting?
Anything.
Yeah,
It's only illegal if you haven't used your warning.
That too.
one of my old wrestling coaches was a teacher, and he used to say all the time, he's like, shoot, go ahead, cheat in my class, I don't care, just don't get caught. I was like, oh,
If I get you, I
damn,
get
okay.
you. Yeah, I don't know what school goes to anymore. Like I really don't. I take my hat off to teachers because you guys
Thank you.
That's a tough
absolutely
job.
get fucking hammered by everybody. Parents hate
Students,
you,
parents,
students hate you,
faculty.
the administration's never going to back you. It's like nothing's going to happen.
You're wrong no matter what you do.
You just walk into the building. I'm by myself.
You just say,
Here we
I'm
are.
sorry. You just walk by. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, and the
And
biggest
teachers are underpaid.
severely.
I
For
thought
what?
I saw they passed something that teachers in Colorado are supposed to get a pay raise this
Well, isn't that what the marijuana is
2026.
supposed to go for?
But
They're waiting on that weed money. It's late.
It's like, so am I getting a higher salary? Nah, we're just gonna give you like 5 kilos of this Alabama Kush. We're giving you the weed. That's what we said.
It said weed benefit.
Yeah. So, and I think it's crazy because people that know this, but
Yeah.
Justin was supposed to be a teacher, so he went to school. You go ahead, talk about it.
I was like I was in sport and exercise science, and then whenever I transferred, the title changed to exercise science health promotion, and I was done, but I still had some eligibility. So like the what would you call them, the leaders of the teaching section of the teaching college, they were like education, whatever. They were like, dude, you could finish this up, get it paid for, and just strengthen your degree. So I did it. At that time, I thought being a PE teacher would have been sweet. That's the fun job. You get paid the same as everybody else, but for the most part, you get to play
dodgeball.
games.
I'm playing dodgeball today, boys. What are you doing?
At our time, dodgeball, they said absolutely not. They said if they came in and you were student teaching, you were doing dodgeball, you instantly flunk. I was like, dude, the kids love dodgeball.
Because
But
society's weak,
soft.
baby
And
shit.
I think that's the big thing for me is why I might be able to sub and just do it partially, but like I have no interest.
Different to be like the
teacher
cool
again.
sub that just shows up.
Yeah, dude. Half the time their curriculum is like, just watch, just babysit,
Watch a movie.
watch a movie, do nothing. But I know I would probably be the guy like,
We need Mike to be a teacher.
I'd start yelling at everybody for no reason.
Mike would,
damn kids, you're making too much noise.
all you would see, Mike would rub his head and just look, and then
Yeah.
over and over again.
I listened to Mike talk to some of the guys at the gym, and he's always mediating. And it's, dude, it could be a sitcom, all the stuff these guys.
I'm like a counselor too.
I'm like, where'd you come up with what is your logic on this? And it's funny. I just sit back and watch, enjoy the show. Mike drops some wisdom though.
Mike cracks me up.
Oh,
I try to spin him on it all the time.
sometimes. Jarrell's my favorite.
Jarrell,
He's a vegan though. I expect that from a vegan.
Oh, him and Caleb, huh? Did they sit together
There's
so that someone's beef smell doesn't get on him?
Caleb's a little different than Jarrell. Jarrell's pretty. I don't know. He's always got a. He's
he's always got some sort of
reasoning.
problem, or
Problem,
like
there's-
maybe not a problem's the right word, but like
Something's always going on.
situation.
How does that happen? How does that, like, some people are just always in the middle, like something is always catastrophically going on in their life. I'm like, is there like a Tuesday when you just,
Well, because the
They
dude
need something.
No, the dude only puts $5 of gas. No more than $5.
runs out of
I
gas?
remember that.
No, doesn't run out of gas.
Tried to explain to
Just
him.
$5.
Why?
Don't know.
Because
only-
$40,
and
I don't
then-
spend $40 on
and
gas.
only
It's too expensive.
Only puts Fix-A-Flat. Doesn't go get the tire fixed. Just puts Fix-A-Flat.
So he's trying to die.
Mike had a very logical explanation of that, like the way gas and pressure, it's better to fill your tank up. And I was like, dude, I think there's some logic behind this. He's like, "What? That doesn't make sense.
I said, fill your tank up
Yes, it does, Darrell. There's science.
every couple days before it gets. Just put $5.
But just think heat and space, when introduced to a pressurized system of something that evaporates, because gasoline evaporates, the less space you leave, the cooler. Never mind.
Yeah, we're.
I suggested, I was like, okay, maybe one time you just fill up your tank.
Just try it.
And then just fill it up when it gets to half.
I think his car would break
Better
down
for
if he
your
filled it up
car.
now.
If you put 10 in, it'd be like, nah, I'm done.
And you know what's crazy is he used to drive Uber,
You would what?
Like,
Stop
aren't
in the
you
middle
worried-
of the drive?
$5 at a time.
and he would only put $5-10 at a
like,
time.
dude, aren't you worried about running out of gas or something?
Yeah, he still did that.
Learned the hard way a couple times with that.
Run out of gas.
Yeah, a couple times.
I've only ever ran out of gas one time as an adult.
Had to walk like a
I wish
mile
I could say
back
that.
to the gas station.
How many times have you ran out?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah,
You're not paying attention?
exactly.
Oh, all right.
It's not because I don't want to put gas in. It's not that I couldn't afford to put gas in. It's not that I don't understand the concept of gas. It's I
Just got a lot
literally
going on.
do
and you're
not
just
fucking
like,
pay
oh, shit.
attention.
All right.
Now I'm empty.
So it's like you can run out of gas on accident a few times. But the real question, and I'm going to make eye contact with Justin when I say
Whoa.
this, how many times do you forget to put oil in the fucking car?
That was one
Well,
time.
oil's not a thing that
was
you do
one
all
time.
the time. It's not like every Tuesday you got to check the oil.
We went, me, my dad, my son, we all went to watch Justin spar one day. And we're in the car and it just, you could tell this thing is dehydrated. It had no, wow, 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 wow. And we're just like, what the hell is going on here, man? And it's like, oh, I don't know. And just, so we drop Justin, no, we're almost there. We're almost to high altitude. And the car just stops. And we're like, oh shit, was that the battery? No, radio's playing. We're like, what the hell? And so Justin's like, I gotta go in, I gotta run. And my dad's like, you gotta find the closest like auto body, the auto shop that you can. It's like, there's a AutoZone like 2 miles away. I was like, we might not make it. And that's how dry this fucking thing was. We did, I want to say like 10 pints, and it still was like, yeah, we could probably go a little bit more. And
Damn.
I didn't even know a car that takes 10 pints.
See, and we just go, let it run. Okay, and then we check it again. Oh my God, we need to go more. And I looked at my dad, I was like, dude, that's like that's like almost $100 in oil. How the hell is this car? And
So he saved a shit ton of money by having you guys deal with his problem.
In my defense, I will say some extras that he didn't add in there.
it's not
It was
important.
my dad's not new. It's a used vehicle, a little bit older, just a gas saving machine. Dude. I asked him. He's like, "Oh, I put some in like a couple weeks ago. You should be good." I'm like, all right, cool. And then on the dash, I looked, said like 78% oil life. I was like, I'm good, cool. I tell him like, hey, dude, your car's acting funky. I don't know what's up. Run through a couple different things. Skip the oil.
Because 78%.
Why would I?
full.
Like, my dad said we were good.
But you understand
The
that goes
dash
off
said-
mileage, right?
Well, now I do. And
Because I can reset that for you with no oil.
so
You'll have 100% life, same problem.
never again. I won't live it down. Vehicle just straight up died. And like,
what the hell?
I'm lucky I didn't just run it and completely demolish
Smoke
the
the
engine.
motor,
But
yeah.
I was like, oh boy.
Dude.
See, I love new cars or newer cars. I don't have new cars, but when it just tells you it's time for an oil change, guess
Yeah, my truck tells me.
Yeah, go
and
get an
it
oil
has
change.
the life like that, but it literally goes on how much is in there.
Mm-hmm.
This one's an older, probably like 2010 maybe.
Yeah, it's in the 2010s. Then I got my 2003 Honda, and I'm like, all right, I got the sticker. I'm gonna check it every other day. I'm gonna make sure. And people are like, why don't you just get a new car? It's like, I'm broke, dude. I can't. But you guys have it all easy with your.
You should get like an OnlyFans or something.
Nope, nobody wants to see this.
Oh no, there's viewers for everything.
Yeah.
Vinny,
Something
the
for
sexy
everyone.
English teacher.
Hey.
It's where you sit in boxers and your pub hat and just read books.
Today the wind was blowing really hard. Winter was
And
coming.
but you guys say, "Oh, today the wind was blowing really hard, just like you." It's OnlyFans. I mean, you got to give it a little bit.
I'd tune in.
I'm like,
I'm subscribing now.
It's already subscribed.
I think I have some cute feet. I don't know. Maybe there's a market for people that are like, hey, I jammed my toe going for a teep kick. You want to see it? 50
It's purple.
Ooh, purple like my.
Hey, there's some
panties.
weird individuals out there, man.
Hey.
They'd probably
There's a
be
kink for
into
everybody.
it.
Hey.
If you got it out there, they'll watch
They'll
it.
find
They'll
it.
look at it.
Oh my.
If you build it, they will come. That's what they say, anyways.
Oh, they will come.
On you.
They will come.
Oh my god. So we're gonna have to start wrapping up.
All right.
We forgot to invite people to join. Mike, you got one job.
What? Invite them to join what? It's in
Vinny's OnlyFans.
Join.
Oh,
The
hey,
live stream.
Oh,
we
the live
got
stream, my bad.
Yeah, we got a link. Subscription. What? $1.99? Is it $1.99?
Hey guys, do me a favor. Click that join
Yeah,
button
something
right
like
down
that,
there.
something like that.
Right
it's
there.
It's $1.99 a month, and you get full access to every unedited members live version.
Yeah.
Which means everything that happened from about 10 minutes before we started to about 5 minutes after we finished.
Yep.
There's some really good stuff that happens in there. There's also some stuff that sometimes we say that is just not public friendly. And so Kay Miller edits that out. And if you guys want to see all that stuff, it's $1.99 a month. Click the link, click join right below there. Boop.
At the very least, subscribe
And turn on the bell.
and turn the bell on so we're not sitting here with nothing for
Yeah,
a few
coming
minutes.
coming
Now the
here
chat's
from-
full. The chat's full now.
coming here from some interesting guys like me and Headlock.
There you go.
Yeah, baby.
Mike
Yeah, so
shares wisdom with
You're
us.
a week away.
Yep, week away from my return fight, man. 9 years on the shelf.
Is that really a shelf?
If it's a shelf, it's covered in dust. It's
Because a 9-year hiatus is like a retirement.
it was crazy, man. Because like I didn't think I would ever take off 9 years. It was loaded up.
He was
with
like,
a lot of,
I was going to start camp. And then 9 years passed.
well, I mean, like the shorten the story up, I just was young, dumb, and full of stuff, and so I had a child at a very young age, and I had this camp, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try my best. I didn't take the camp super seriously. Demoralized me losing this fight, and so I was like, well, what am I gonna do? I could
They're like,
focus
maybe
on-
fighting's not for me.
and so got my degree, which I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
And spent time with my kiddo. I'm not gonna ever be upset about that. But hitting 285 pounds and looking in the mirror and just being like, "You're one ugly son of a bitch." Like, what the fuck? Like
That was this morning for me. Dang. Wow.
Whoa.
Personal.
and just getting little
It's too
words.
soon.
I mean, this guy. I mean, he
That's got to
wouldn't-
be the worst.
what, just seeing Justin
When
be
your
all
brother,
fucking
when your
shredded.
brother's shredded, fighting full time out there, and you're like eating a Twinkie when he comes in from the gym.
Well, I'm sitting here with my fucking Snickers bar. This is a protein bar, but like, and,
Right.
and I have to tell people, you know what I would have done in that fight? It was like fucking nothing. Probably just curl up,
Breathed hard.
So, the motivation behind it was more so just about losing weight. So I was like, all right, now I started at 285, lost all this weight. Now I think after leaving sparring today, I was like 193, 7 pounds away from 185. That'll be my 100-pound mark to be like, hey, I did it. But I've been coaching wrestling for a decade as well.
Mm-hmm.
So after the guy who coached me, mentored me, he stepped down, I applied for the job. Then I didn't get it, and I was crushed. And for some
You get
reason-
crushed a lot.
Oh
let's
my
talk. Let's dig into this. Do you have a
crushed, smashed.
self-esteem? Like you're.
Oh my
hey,
gosh.
you're good enough. You're pretty enough, and gosh darn it, people like you.
I know what
funny.
you're referencing, and I'm so happy I know what you're talking about. But and I just said to myself, like, hey, you probably didn't get this job because you're a fat piece of shit. It's definitely not because this guy that took your job
Is qualified.
is way qualified D1 athlete. No, it's because you're a fatty and nobody wants a fat coach. So I was like, I'm going to lose weight, and started losing weight. And our old head coach, Mike Alira, shout out to Mike. He hit me up at a UNC duel, and he said, I think I'm going to stop coaching. And I was like, let's do one more. I've lost a lot of weight. I think I can do one more with you. And, it stings because he has health complications, and, he can't be there as much as he wants, but getting to work out with him and getting this fight for so many reasons, I was just like, I'm so ready for this. And I just can't wait to get in the cage, man. Like, it's just been, the only way I could describe it is if you ever seen that Rocky Balboa movie where the newer one where he's like, I got this beast inside me that just wants to come out. I'm so
You can see that beast on Vinny's OnlyFans right now.
Subscribe.
Beast.
So it would have been so much better if I would. I mean, and I had friends on the card. You know, one of my buddies who I coached at Windsor with, he unfortunately had to drop out. I really would have been cool if Justin was on the card with us, but I'm just happy that I get the chance to prove to
Weren't you
people
guys originally supposed to be on the card together?
Yeah. We tried, and just for me, unfortunately,
It's hard to match up.
Hard. Back on the regional scene, there's a lot of just nonsense that happens that you don't have to deal with on those higher shows that you kind of forget about.
Right.
But
Because it's just the job is the job at that level.
Yes,
And then
yeah.
when you go back to a regional scene, it's
like, oh man,
well, and matching you up is probably right next to impossible
tougher.
because people protect their fighters so much now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Instead of going, hey, this is a top tier guy. You need to be in the cage with this guy if you're going to get to the next level.
Especially if you're like a prospect.
That's what I'm saying.
But they like they so
Prospects don't
worried
even
about
wanna-
their record, and I'm like, I think that was the difference for us coming up. Was like, dude, we took tough fights.
Losses
Yeah.
are good
And,
sometimes.
dude. You learn a valuable lesson from some losses.
Yep.
dude. And every single, I think you fought maybe just because it was who was available. What, one guy with a losing record? Everyone else was like ranked, prospect, super tough gym. It's like all comers. And when they compare you to somebody that's like, yeah, I'm 5-0 making my UFC debut, and you see like they're fighting guys with multiple losses.
5-23.
And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
hell yeah, I'm the fucking man. And me, like, I
No,
have
sir. You should be arrested for domestic violence, for beating up children.
It's like, and no disrespect to my opponent, but it's like I'm 3-3, but you look at the guys that I fought. It's like, hey, this guy fucking fought in Bellator. Like that's a pretty cool name to be like. Hey, you lost to him, but you fought a tough fucking guy. Another guy. What? How many fights does Austin have?
I think he has had a couple professional belts through different promotions. Yeah, I know
And
he
it's-
has one with
Which Austin?
Nebraska.
Austin Jones.
Oh,
Yeah. So
osmosis.
yeah,
Osmosis.
and he's my boy, dude. Like I remember, like, and I called for that fight. I was like, no, I want to fight this guy, and they're like, you sure?
And you're the smart one?
I know. I was like, oh, that football shit ain't gonna work on me. You know? It's like, oh, you played for the Huskers? I husk corn too, motherfucker. I'll fucking
And I eat it.
yeah. So, and then didn't go my way. But I'm like, it wasn't for the.
But you're making those calls. You're like, I will always step up to the
were
plate.
Never afraid to fight anybody besides maybe Justin, because Justin will big brother me literally. I'm like,
Do you guys wrestle?
Sometimes on Christmas, that's like our thing. Like every year, we didn't this last year,
I got mats downstairs.
but like there for like probably like 8 years, we would wrestle like every year. And there's at one point I was like, damn, Vinny, you're big.
You're like, you're outside of my zone.
And everyone tells me growing up, it's like, you just wait, you're gonna be bigger than him one day. And I was like, I was bigger, but then I was like,
You're like different kind of bigger.
Yeah.
You guys should have been more specific.
it's like I can't keep up with him, guys. Like it sucks. And I'm like, but now I'm like, there was one time. Do you remember when we went on a family vacation to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and we were supposed to go to dinner one night, and all of a sudden, Justin just kind of like grabs me by the neck, and, like, ugh, and I'm like, I'm gonna grab the wrist. It was, ugh. We grappled, just jujitsu, no-gi. We grappled for probably
like 25 minutes, maybe
Yeah,
not,
like-
maybe not fully 25, but it was a good at least
went,
20.
Like, and we're just in the room. No one's there. We're not trying to impress anybody. We literally are just like, all right, pull guard, get under here, shake this out. All right, go for the Kimura. And just for the love of the game, I'm like, this
Well,
is.
yeah. If you can't grapple with no audience and just no time, just grapple to grapple, then you haven't really experienced the fun of it all.
Yes.
Yeah. So my professor Howie Spratt, he and I on Sundays used to we do an open mat on Sunday, and then at 11 we would close the doors, lock the doors, and then he and I would just roll for like an hour.
Nobody
No
gets to
rounds.
see, just go until
No rounds,
you
just
die.
Yeah. If you tap, you get about 45 seconds. You know,
like,
collect
okay,
yourself,
collect,
and then right back
Like,
in.
all right.
And we would grapple for an hour, hour and a half, and just just murder each other. And then greatest day ever. You walk out and you're like,
Dang, I feel better.
and it wasn't nobody. It's not for anybody to see. It's not showing out for the gym. It's not. I'm trying to attack my professor so everybody can see I'm cool. It was just us rolling to get better. And it's situations like that where you're like, I love that feeling.
Well, it's still hard because it's like you said at some point this goes away, but I don't like to lose.
I hate to lose.
Even if I'm like just messing around, it's like I'll know, you'll know. So I like it's personal still.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, to an extent, there's always a scorecard in your head.
Yeah,
You're like,
oh, I got you.
5 weeks in a
I
row,
got
you
you.
fucking killed me. Today, I got it all.
Yes.
Yeah, but there comes a point where, and nothing less than Father Time.
Hey,
When you realize,
yeah, absolutely.
Undefeated.
when you realize you're at that, like, mentally, still fully capable. Like
physically,
understanding mentally, like jujitsu in my head, I can still roll really. Like I can chain things together. It all have physically. You get to a point where you're like, you have to go, okay, I get it.
I need to just smarter.
Right. I mean, I could go do like the seniors bracket or the masters and beat up
Guys my age who
Yeah.
haven't been doing it quite like these young 22-year-olds who
Yeah.
are still feisty as ever.
I mean, you could still go roll with the kids, but if like doing things by like how they're categorized, if I went and grappled at my age and weight class, I could probably still feel like a champion. But then I also have to have pictures on a podium with guys that have fucking wheelchairs.
And you'd be so proud of yourself.
What's up?
I would take their wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Give me this.
Mine.
Peasant.
But trust me, I'm super competitive and I want to win. Mike and I have a thing called
Hey,
Mike and Trevor Try Things.
Winner, first place. He lost 3 races in a row.
So we're super competitive with each other. Even to the point, like we went to K1
Love that.
and it was the most, like,
Dude,
we were trying to put each other through the wall.
those things get moving.
Right.
Bro. Those ain't no joke.
We played disc golf.
Yeah. Trevor
And
won.
we're like arguing, trying to keep score on disc golf, and neither one of us have ever played.
Dude, that's funny. I like disc golf. There's a lot of people that just don't find the joy in it.
Oh no, it's
It was
fun.
a
We
great
had
time.
a great time.
It was fun.
It's free. It's challenging.
Yeah.
Something different. You're outside.
So we still have that competitive streak. It's just that you have to kind of like re-guide it into something that makes sense. Because you don't want to be 50 years old at high altitude trying to catch rounds with the 26,
Best
27-year-old
in the world,
kids.
You're like, that's
I mean, unless you really like, enjoy like brain damage or like CTE, then I would highly recommend it. Like,
Go ahead.
get on down there. But there comes a point where you're like, I know what I've done, I know what I've achieved, I know what my shortcomings were, and now I'm just like, okay, great.
Who won the disc golf?
Trevor. He's pretty good.
I don't know how. We just threw frisbees.
He was pretty good.
There's a science behind it.
Did you see us pole dance though?
Trevor
I
won that.
did
I got
not
Trevor
see
a
that.
gift for winning that one.
Oh, you got to go on the YouTube channel.
Go on the YouTube
Oh
channel.
my God.
There's a
If you
link.
ain't watched it, go watch it.
Go on the Fox Recovery YouTube channel. There's a section called Mike and Trevor Try Things. We did pole dancing.
Yeah.
A class.
Yeah. Go try it. Go check it out.
It's not good.
Trevor was great. You're going to see Trevor and be like, damn.
He's got some moves.
Oh, Trevor.
No,
has
he's
moves.
got some rolls.
He's got some.
The thing is, once you get that much body moving, it
don't
stays.
stop moving.
Like the jiggles just keep You're like, hey, girl.
Did you have a song? Did you have like a?
No. She took us through like some instructionals on, this is how you do it. This is this. And then she taught us like this little, like 3 or 4 move routine. Well, she taught them like a 3 or 4 move routine.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
I just
find
did my
this.
own thing
I didn't need no lessons.
because
I've been here before.
dude, I don't think I took my medication that day. I had no, like, there was a lot of talking and I was like, can we just spin around and shit?
He did good. Oh yeah, go check it out.
You know
it's only
what?
14 minutes long.
Yeah. It's fucking great.
I mean, it was an hour.
You know,
class.
You know what I didn't know that I know now?
Is that he was good?
No. Shut up.
Oh,
All my life, I thought strippers spun around the pole.
The pole spins.
The pole spins.
yeah.
I've heard that.
They're just holding on to it.
And it's just like lubricated kind of.
like-
No. No, you want it not lubricated. So your
you
skin
hold-
grabs and you can hold on to it to spin. That's how they hold on to it with their thigh. Like my whole life, I thought somehow
They're athletic enough.
they're
to just-
athletic enough for it to spin. So their legs would have to not be tacky, but still strong enough to hold themselves. Because if it's lubricated, I climb to the top, I hold them with my thighs. Whoop.
Boom.
Then I'm doing wheelchair striptease.
Yeah.
The fucking pole spins.
It's like
We've been lied to.
I want
years
some of my
of
dollars
life.
back.
Yeah, as a
Yeah,
matter
give
of
them all
fact,
back. Actually, throw them on this table. Go at it, Trevor.
I feel.
I feel cheated.
Yeah,
I want some of my dollars back.
you think you know someone, and
They
I-
lied to you.
Both of us can attest to the fact that's some physical
I was
shit.
sore the next day. I ain't even gonna lie. My arms were.
Dude, I don't know how they do, like,
on a nightly basis. Just
a friend of mine tells me she does it for exercise. I was like, yeah, sure.
at the club.
This was a long time ago. Haley'd be pretty upset if this was. So I'm going to say that.
Like, I don't have any friends currently.
This was a long time
I thought you
ago.
were sparring on a Friday.
And I was like, yeah, sure. It's not all those dollar bills down there on the floor that you're scooping up.
Those are to pat my sweat after my workout.
It's like, I only do this for fitness.
Fitting this dick in.
Whoa. Whoa.
There used to be a strip club in Greeley. I'm not going to say it was the best, but some of my friends told me that one of our friends from high school worked there. Had to go see. I had to.
So
had to.
I went to school in Greeley too.
where at?
Central?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
College. My bad. I was
Yeah.
like high school. Like, what? But
No.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
But it was kind of it was like a passing of the guard when you got to take your friends to the clown's den.
Oh,
It's just the den now.
Just the
Oh, it's not the clown's den anymore?
Nope, just the
Classier establishment.
Back then it wasn't. Like,
It was clowns for real.
no,
Has
girls
it
would
ever
like,
been classy?
you could ask a girl to stick her nipple in your beer and they'd be like, oh, well, let me take this fucking thing out. There you go, boy.
Same
Same deal.
get up, same.
Yeah. The girls have like 3 teeth, 2 on a necklace and 1 in their mouth. It's not.
You want to see me naked?
No.
It was like honestly,
I'll give you $1 to leave me alone.
If I ever have a boner and I want it to go away, I'll go to the clown's den.
Be like, for $1, you can lick this. I was like, I'd rather lick the dollar.
I gotta take you there.
No, hell no.
Just to be like, well, so this is where
Just to say, I'm the only one that ain't been there, right?
I drove past it. And I'm like,
Lies.
I've never been in there.
It's like I've drove past it when other people were in the car.
I was just like, that's where herpes was invented. Was at this place right here, dude.
Dude,
We drove after the fights. We drove in San Diego. We drove to this little like taco shop or whatever. Drove by the strip club, and I can't remember the name of it, but then it said 100 beautiful girls and 3 ugly ones.
give me the 3 ugly ones.
Done.
They're gonna
It's
try
sold.
hard.
Yeah, they're gonna earn that money.
That's like Dandy Dan's does stuff like that down on Federal. They change their sign all the time to funny shit.
I've never been there, but
I'm not
whenever
going.
I
That's
was like
no, don't go in there. You,
13
I think you
years
get
old,
shot
I
there.
had a shirt. Somebody got one of my family members was there, and they gave me this shirt, and I was like, "Oh, cool." Grandma was not happy. I was like, where did you get that? I'm like,
Oops.
what do you mean?
yeah, that's a rough place.
You know,
It's still open.
I'm sure it is. I am one of the. I do not enjoy going to a strip club.
It's
It's uncomfortable for me. I'm like,
the
how do hi?
younger, a little more rambunctious. Sure.
Maybe,
Now it's just. I think the last time.
How
we
would you do
went-
it?
I'd be like, are you okay?
I was like, where's your father?
Do you need to talk about anything?
Come here. You need a hug.
Well,
It just feels weird. You walk in and you just sit and stare.
It's like I've seen boobs. Like
Take them off again.
Throw a few dollars up there.
Do some tricks.
I mean, of course, you always have those friends that are like, you come out of the strip, you're like, dude, she really dug me.
Yeah, bro. Heck yeah, she
100%.
did.
You got a shot.
Dude,
You got a shot. Yeah.
She gave me her number. I'm like, I'm sure she did. You know
should
why?
call her.
Because she's going to text you next Tuesday and say, hey, why don't you
back
come down to the
in.
club and see me?
Yeah.
Side note, there's a couple places in Denver that got like
it was
countersued or
Diamond
Oh,
Cabaret.
yeah.
Oh,
just recent-
wage problem.
Yeah.
wage problems. Yeah. I think they were like sister clubs, and dude, they are in some big
It's all
trouble.
over the news.
Yeah.
They're not paying them people right, I guess, right? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
You got to pay the ugly
something
ones
like
too.
that.
You got to pay them all.
I think they were saying that they like. Before I sound dumb and start quoting things.
That's
that
okay.
aren't
We
true.
sound dumb all the time.
Oh, dude.
I feel like they were only paying them their tips and like doing the bare minimum of paying or not even paying them at all.
Most of
So,
the places,
all the strippers.
they say they're paying you a wage, but then they charge you a stage fee for the night, which offsets the wage they were going to pay.
like,
Yeah.
dude,
So you essentially just pay yourself.
kind of.
Yeah.
Well, no, you.
Well,
yeah, I mean, yeah, you pay
yes.
your stage fee, and then
And then
that's
you-
offset.
then whatever
yeah,
you
you're just
make.
dancing for tips at that point. Yeah.
we we went to some fights, and one of my friends was with us, so I was driving. I was being good this night, and Haley's there. My friend's with us. And like, done with the fights. We don't want to go back to Greeley yet. Let's go to the strip club. Like, no. I know how this is gonna. Haley, baby, I love you. I know how you are. I'm not going. We're not going. She's like, no, I'll be fine. You know, she's a couple drinks deep. She's having fun. And I'm like, no, we're not going. No.
This is lesson number 1 in how not to get laid that night.
Yeah.
So guess what happens? We end up going. Friends working. She's like, I'll get you guys free entry, yada yada. She's like, I won't be mad. I promise. The minute we step in the door, some girls start coming over talking to me, trying to sit on my lap. She was not having it, and she was upset.
How long did you stay?
We end up staying for like probably like 45 minutes because my
that was
buddy
35 minutes longer than I anticipated.
my buddy was having fun. She was talking to her friend, but I was like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I can feel like as I'm walking across, just these eyes were like digging into my skin, dude. And I look back, she's over there like,
Where's he going? He better go straight to the bathroom.
just pierced. And she's like, get in there right now. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, well, that was the last time I went to a strip club.
I'm just not.
It's not.
Well, most of them are also young enough to be one of my daughters now. So that makes it like 10 times more creepy. You're like, did you graduate with my kid?
Yeah.
No.
I remember when I used to, my first fights were at the Palladium. It was right next door to the strip. It was
Right on the Oasis, right?
Yep,
On
the
one
Oasis-
side.
It was a strip
Good
club.
business strategy, maybe.
Oh, it was. The ring card girl was like different every round.
Because it was whoever wasn't on
It was
stage
whoever
next
was
door.
on stage. They would walk through the kitchen, do their little thing, go back. Oh yeah, it was a great time.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Let me ask JJ how great that time is.
Oh, she remembers. She remembers.
She reminds you, huh?
That was a long time ago. Those were the good old days. That's when you can have fun. You can't have fun no more.
I'm good with no fun.
Yeah,
Who called the fun police, you know?
yeah, that's no fun.
there's just better things to do with your money than go to a strip club and give it to somebody who's gonna.
Oh, you have to.
pretend like
You're supposed to spend money there. Maybe that's why it's creepy. You're not supposed to sit at the stage and
Just stare.
watch.
just looking like Bubbles from Trevor Boys.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking kitty. That's a really good. That's
Oh,
a
man.
good fucking kitty right there. You know, it's like, and there's people that go every night, and they're just like, "Hey Norm, how's it going?" I was like,
Can you just drop off the money at that point? Don't you just like go in and go, "Here's $50. I got shit to do today."
That's
Have you
probably
seen
the
this-
best. That's the best way, I think. Just here. I gotta go. See ya.
Yeah.
like, you don't want to touch this? I was like, I'm
Nope.
okay. Just
I don't need to. Yeah.
Oh, we got a question.
All right. What does it say?
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Are we doing it off the?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
coming out of the
All
book.
right.
Got to take care of the business first. Vinny fights
May 31st.
May 31st. Sparta.
He's going into fight week. Oh,
Where's
So, yep, fight is May 31st, Greeley, Colorado, Island Grove Convention Center.
Oh, you get the whole like. You're going to sell half the crowd, right?
Honestly, dude, I'm fairly impressed.
If
with how
only
many
some of your
tickets-
cousins go.
Only some.
Only
Yeah. Dude, we got some family that were like, "Hey, we'll fly in for this fight." And I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "They're like 9 years, baby. Got to be
Is
there."
there any pressure with that?
I mean, the biggest one that's going to be interesting was like my fiance has never seen me wrestle, never seen me do anything competitive. So, and she's seen Justin fight before live, and she's seen
bar's
me
kinda
watch.
high.
So, and we met doing wrestling. She coaches wrestling at Fort Collins High School. I coach at Windsor. So she's like, I'm not going to be this like, no, please
Yeah, she
don't.
will.
She's like, kick his fucking
say-
ass. Get off your fucking back. Shrimp motherfucker. Like,
I don't know.
That's what she told me.
I don't know.
So the pressure.
Till you get split open.
And then it's like,
hey, I've been doing this for a long time, and
You still get it.
I still get like that.
But and with Sparta Combat League, Sparta Sports and Entertainment, it's where I made my debut. All my fights have been with them. Jeff Cisneros has treated me well, treated me like family. He's always been good to us. Can't wait to get back in the cage. And who knows? Like I told myself, hey, one more rodeo. Like one last big job, but. I'm feeling pretty good, man. If we get
So
through
much better
this
than one more rodeo. One last big girl.
that's how it starts. And then you're hooked. And then you're like, God, one more.
I started with the one, huh?
Yeah,
I was like, just
That's
one.
how it started
I've
for me.
never done-
Just one. Say I was.
I just want to figure out. I just want to find out who I am.
Yeah, so
Then I was hooked.
and who knows? I mean, shoot, I go some rounds now. Like at the beginning of camp, I was getting busted up. I'm still getting busted up, but I'm getting busted
I
up.
was gonna
less.
say, have you looked in a mirror?
Hey,
little
that
bit
was
less. Oh my
that was a tough room you were in today.
And shoot, there was a few weeks back that I was literally, my face looked like ground beef. It was terrible.
It looked worse
Black
than this?
eyes. Oh, it was
Worse.
way worse. 2 black eyes, scratches. I got a scar like right here from the cage. I was like planning off the cage, and they took me down. I was like, oh. I sprayed
Cheese
it with,
grater.
I sprayed it with Lysol, thinking, oh, it's just a scratch. Oh, like I made that noise. Oh, and they're all like,
I made that noise last night.
Whoa.
oh, that's what's up. So,
I was by myself.
Yeah.
but
Hey, that's even what's up.
man, I'm super excited. Selling a bunch of tickets. We actually have a media day Saturday, tomorrow at Anchor Bar in Loveland, Colorado.
Very cool.
So,
Sweet.
Centura.
yeah, in Centera, I'm gonna put on my button-up shirt and wear some glasses. Put on some.
You're wearing nerd gear?
Oh yeah, for sure. I want them to know that I mean business, and so
There's definitely no better way than that.
Well, it's kind of weird to do a media day for an amateur fight. Like I get and some of my kids were all pumped about it. That's the most cool thing I've done as a teacher was like, I'm getting a fight. If you guys want to go, like a fight. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna punch someone in the face. They're like, you gonna win? I was like, I sure as hell hope so.
So far, the plan is yes.
That's the thought.
And so-
You better hope. They
lose
won't
in
let
front of
you.
those
They won't let
kids.
you live it down either.
yeah, and it's like, hey, you didn't turn in your freaking essay. What's up with that? It was like,
Don't
damn.
make me call.
Yeah, don't make me call that guy who put a whooping on you. It was like, oh, you're gonna call that guy, huh? You know what? Don't turn it.
You're fine. You're fine.
So, so much excitement going into it.
Yeah.
Weight's good, but I was like, I don't know. Like going into media day tomorrow, I'm like, what am I supposed to say as an amateur? If I come out super cocky, they're gonna be like, who the fuck does this guy think? Like we're in Loveland, Colorado.
Humility wins.
Yeah, so I just have to be like I don't want to be so cookie cutter where it's like, we're trying real hard.
I'm just happy to be here.
Just happy to be here.
Your hands start raising up.
I don't know what to do with my hands. So I joke with my fiance. I was like, should I just like pull out some you do fucking nothing, or do I just be a fucking square? And she's like, well, how would you feel if he said something about you like that? And I was
Hit
like,
him with some sick ninja shit.
well,
You should read some
Nate Diaz.
Shakespeare.
that was the last time I did a media day. Was like fighting Anthony Adams. He was like, I'm gonna hit him with some funky dope moves, nah I mean. And then Jeff's like, Vinny, what about you? What are you gonna do come fight night? Better funky dope moves. They ate that up, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad.
That was sick.
But it's gonna be cool. Justin's gonna be in my corner, which
Nice.
he hasn't done in a while. He hasn't been in my corner for much, but obviously
So,
because I wasn't fighting.
If we're at the end of the first round and he's not putting in the effort you want, are you gonna smack him?
I'm kind of the more easygoing coach, like try to keep him calm, collected. But there's times where, hey, if you need to get a little fire going,
You're like,
I might have to give him a little, hey,
You have my last name. Get your ass to work.
you're embarrassing me. No, I'm just-
You're making us look stupid in front of grandma.
Again.
It's like she came out of her walker to be here, dude. You better fix this shit.
Fix your shit. Yeah.
Vinny, obviously, I think you've heard this. I don't know, whatever. It's just a little funny that, like, how do I want to explain this? So our cousin is married to his wife, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
And she is cousins with Vinny's opponent.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
Oh, gotta love
so
that.
there's
Some
like
storyline shit going on there.
so we had little family get together, and I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly what happened. I think Vinny's getting married in November, and there's rules at the place is that like you can only have so many kids, so there's just no kid wedding. It's an
Right.
adult event.
Yeah.
Little Braden, our little cousin, the son, one of the sons, he's like, well, I ain't going to his wedding, so I want my other cousin to win. I was like, he's going to knock him out. I'm like, Braden, that's messed up, dude. Like, what about all those Halloweens? You guys went trick-or-treating together and stuff. He's like, nah, I'm not invited to the wedding.
Why are you bringing up old shit?
Yeah,
We're talking about
I was
right
like,
now.
dang, dude.
And I was like, okay. Oh, well, you got your Easter eggs. Oh, cool. Let me check those out for you. Fucking, these are my Easter eggs.
Mine.
Punkalo kid, don't say stuff like that to me. And I joked with our cousin's wife. I was like, "Whose shirt are you gonna wear come fight night?" She's like, "I haven't seen this guy since I was like 8 years old." And it's like, so
mine?
mine.
So we're gonna go with
Like I'm just saying, like I don't remember the last time that cousin took your kids to 7-Eleven and got some Slurpees. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying. But so
The old guilt trip, huh?
man,
31st.
31st.
Saturday, 31st.
Greeley.
Island Grove in Greeley. Be there. The No Co Showdown. Vinny, I think there was a fight that fell off, so I think you're on the main card now.
yeah,
Maybe.
Moving on up.
Yep.
to the east side.
Justin,
Yes.
you working on something?
We are working on some. With the stuff going on with Top Notch and whatnot, with Mike having his health stuff, we had a good conversation about just what was going to happen after. Last year wasn't the best year. Just a lot of things, just fight wise for me, some changes, deaths. There was just a lot of crazy things going on. There's no excuse. So we've taken a year off pretty much. Mike's been helping me out. We've been fine tuning some things that
Mike's crafty, huh?
I like the way that Mike talks, man. And he kind of dumbs it down for me. I know that sounds like,
Amen. Amen.
I've been doing this for a long time, and sometimes I have to hey Mike, this might sound kind of stupid, but he's like, what? And I'm like, well, how do I do this? And he's like, well, just
Here's some good news for you for the rest of the time, Justin. You will not ask him a question any dumber than the shit I used to ask him. So just feel the bar is so fucking low.
And I'm almost like, nah, I'm not gonna ask it. I almost too embarrassed because I'm like, dude, it's gonna be oh, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
You're gonna look at me different.
I'm like, no, fuck it, just ask him. Carrington's been helping me a lot on just some little things as well. So it's like
Banks is the dude.
He's a beast, and he's very particular about how he wants his stuff.
Oh, you guys call it particular?
Oh, gosh.
So, but it's needed, I had a lot of freedom whenever I was training just because of being good, being an athlete.
Right.
And, But now that we kind of got it fine tuned, it's like I'm so ready to showcase it. I think we're looking at July. We were hoping to maybe finding something a little bit sooner, but hey, if we got to wait till July and just really lock it in, I'm ready to go now. Because
That means it's time to start a camp, basically.
I'm pretty much just getting out of the camp because I thought I was fighting the 31st. And then we thought we had another one, and some things happened with the card that they were like, we'd like you on this card instead. So once we get that finalized and locked in, I'll share more info about it. But shoot, man, the sky's the limit. I feel good. Good partners, good coaches. Sometimes you need that little break because we fought a lot very short notice, and we didn't have the time to really. We were just trying to do some things, but we didn't have the time to really.
You don't get better when you're just always fighting.
Fighting.
You don't have the time to stop and say, "Hey, we need to address these things,"
Yes.
or "I would like to excel in this direction."
Yeah.
Nope, you got to fight. Keep doing what you do. Let's go.
So we're hoping for July, and shoot, man, we're hoping to make I don't even know if I'd call it a comeback, just showcase, get back on top, man, and just show the world. I think we're fully capable of winning a world title. I think my body feels good, mental's right, I'm sharp. So shoot, when we get that locked in, I'll be for sure to share it with everybody.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll enjoy.
But for now,
You may even get me to Greeley.
shoot, it would have been sweet to fight back home. It would have been awesome. But hey, you know what? Everything works out as it's supposed to. Maybe it wasn't time yet. Maybe I just, whatever. So I'm going to still train. I'm probably going to deload just a little bit just because we've had these 2 fights that we thought we were going to have.
Right.
And we were training pretty hard for it. So considering that it's not like, I'll still train, still be active, stay sharp, but let my body rest a little bit before we start that actual camp again so I can peak at the right time again.
Yeah, that's the word. Like when you've been riding that red line,
Yeah, for so long,
if you don't give it,
eventually I'll end up getting hurt or something, you know? So it's like,
things change.
Quick.
What do you got going on, Mike?
I'm going to vacation
shoot.
Sunday.
10 days in Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
We've talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Italy
And then
was
what?
awesome.
Huh?
Then what?
Oh, let's see. Then I come back. Then I take Delilah to her orientation. And then I come back. Then Lauren's fighting
When are we going to do my fight?
tomorrow.
Okay.
And then Tatsudo gets here this 29th of June, and he's in fight camp. So that'll be going.
Working on your Japanese?
I'm trying. I'm picking up a little bit. But he's not here enough for me to really pick it up.
That guy's so cool, and I don't even know
So
half
he's
the
not-
stuff he's saying, but he's cool.
You're
Dude.
like-
He's so cool. Like, I'm
He's a
just
cool
like,
guy.
I like
He's
that
actually-
guy.
He's a good guy to be around.
When we brought Maddox up to see that day with the car, and I was like, "Hey, you see that guy right there? He's about to fight in the main event. He's knocking on a title shot." He's like, "Where's he from?" And I was like, "He's Japanese." He was like Japan, but then of course I'm like, "Yes, Japan, Japanese." Like I don't know if he's from Tokyo or somewhere else, but he's like, "Oh, Dragon Ball Z, right?" And I was like, Maddox, what the hell is that? He was like, he fights at 125 pounds. He's like, I weigh 100 pounds. It was like, yeah, he's gonna fuck you up, dude. You
Keep talking that Dragon Ball Z shit. I'm going to tell him.
Yeah.
But no, Tatsuya was cool, dude. And that was his last fight was a super cool one. I really liked that
Royval,
fight.
that was gangster. That was a good fight from both guys.
Fights and fights and fights.
That's it. That's it.
I'm not going to start a camp.
That's it.
Podcasting 101.
Fights and that's it, man.
That's all you do.
Maybe you go
For now.
camping.
No, God.
Oh,
no.
don't even.
You don't like
mention
to
that.
camp? You dive into
Homelessness?
freshwater caves, but you're like,
I love
do
it.
not.
I love homelessness. It's beautiful.
He hates. Yeah.
I love
We
camping
should
because
do
there's like
Trevor and Mike tries things and go camping.
there's like no rules. You know, you can crack a beer at 9 a.m. and nobody can judge you.
Yeah, you can not get out of bed because you slept on a fucking ground and your back is fucked for like 3 days. You're like,
I'm gonna say
It's not that bad.
glamping. You know,
I'll cabin.
cabin,
that's-
RV.
no.
I lived in an RV for 2 years.
Maybe you
I'm a
got-
professional glamper.
You
See,
guys just got to survive like the weekend, like Friday, Saturday. You
I
guys
would be
gotta
all right.
Cook your own
would be him.
food.
Yeah,
We can't just order like
DoorDash.
Yeah, I DoorDash to
You get
the
a
woods.
fishing pole.
What is it, Factor? Can I just call Factor and have meal prep done?
It's like we're not telling you have to go out and like fucking hunt down a deer and like
With
build
your
a
bare
firewood and just like, all right, I'm gonna.
You guys
cook
play
the-"
video games?
Oh yeah.
So I have a well, we just closed it down to private, but we have a GTA RP server, 5M.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Fucking Red M. Have you played Red Dead Redemption as an RP?
He's
I've
into
not.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best games.
But have you played
never
it?
played
Are
it
you a
like
PC or a console?
I'm a console. I got a PS5. Yeah, I
PlayStation.
Like
You're a PC guy. yeah.
$500.
I heard it's a lot better.
It's all good. I'm not gonna spend like $6,000 on some PC.
Easy.
Easy. Hey.
Is it $6,000? Is it more?
There's got to be more there.
All in? I don't know.
So
But
it's better.
But it's
the
the
game
best. It's the cream of
itself,
the crop.
when it's an RP server and it's not just story mode, it's not just online where you drop in and everyone just like spawn camps. It's long form role play. Like you create your character and you have to be that character. Dude, I've been hunting and fishing for a week.
Are you good?
no reason
Yeah.
to go camping. You're good here.
Dude, I had so many alligators.
See, and you don't want to go camping.
No.
Well, it's like the Legend of the East Satchel. Like, you know how long I was playing? I'm like, God damn it, I can't get a perfect snake skin. You know, I'm like, love the game.
Right. Dude, if you try RP, you freak out.
Well, and I see the GTA RPs, and like, it looks like a hell of a lot of fun. I just was like, how do I do that on my PlayStation? It was like, you can't.
That's his style. His style's more open world. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead
Yeah.
Redemption,
Well,
Assassin's Creed. Mine's more like, I need some more guidance. Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us.
you need-
I'm like, there's too much, and then I'm just like, there's too much. I can't. I just
So RP is even more open world.
yeah.
Like
It's too much for me.
you actually like create the character, create his storyline, his backstory, and then like you have to go and find the people they connect with to get the stuff and do this and do like it's all about the interaction.
like this guy couldn't handle like a Bethesda game. I just
What's that?
Fallout, Skyrim, Oblivion.
I'll
I thought he was
play-
going like Bukkake or something. I was like,
Whoa,
I'm not playing that
whoa.
either.
There's no way I could handle that.
Whoa.
It's a very messy game. You're gonna need some of those tea tree towels.
I just run and gun. Call of Duty.
Yeah,
That's my style.
No, it's dude. I never owned a video game console. I never played video games until I played GTA RP, and now like I'm a nutcase.
Do you play with people? Like, do you got a little
Oh,
crew
I have-
that,
oh,
like, you're
yeah.
like, hey, dude, I'm getting on a
streams on-
6.
Dude, we have a whole gang.
Yeah.
So I got my little crew. I'm probably the worst of the bunch, but these guys don't mess around. They're like legit.
I am the anchor. Like they just drag me along. I'm like, let's go do that. And they're like, you don't know how. I'm like, but you do. Let's go.
Yeah, like, I'll follow you. Just follow us.
Yeah. No, it's fun, dude. It's crazy.
Maybe that would be a little different if you have like objectives and you're with people.
Well, you have to earn enough money to buy a gun. You have to build a camp. You have to do this. You got to make friends. If you're by yourself,
Probably a lot harder.
probably some
All
problems.
these
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
gangs are just gonna jump you and then you're done for.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, I've been hunting and fishing, and like I forget that I'm supposed to be a member of my gang and go and do
You're
shit.
like, oh my bad.
By yourself.
Sorry, dude. I was slaying the fish out
I'm
here.
like, dude, I got an alligator snapping turtle. That was a world record.
GTA 6, I will get that whenever it comes out, though. That's a big.
Dude, Red Dead Redemption 2,
It's so much.
maybe the best video game ever produced.
He thinks pretty highly of it.
It is.
I'm going to agree with that.
It's the best.
Because Mike played it all the time.
The best. Well, and like the honor system, it's such like a small little thing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
See, it's the best. See?
you can be a dick. You can be the fucking best guy ever. Like, you're a good man, Arthur Morgan. It's like, really? Because I just killed like an entire like township and robbed the bank and got like 7 gold bars. And then
I've been trying really hard to get Mike to play.
It's the best.
To the point where I might give him my Alienware just so
I
he'll
can't
play.
Just here.
I can't justify spending money like that.
Well, and like so,
you have
Mike's like, do they have that at the Goodwill?
If they did, I'll go get it right now. I'll stop on my way home.
well, and if like you're a real goober about like old Rockstar games, you can start with like the first one, Red Dead Revolver, but that's like playing fucking Pokemon at the
No. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's the only game you ever need to buy.
It's you can do so much, and that's where I'm like, I'm gonna lose my shit when GTA 6 finally comes out and see all the stuff we can do. If I can't fish in GTA 6, if I can't, do all the stuff you can do in Red Dead, then some, it's a fucking bust.
They're saying it's supposed to be the bee's knees, but I guess we'll
If
see.
they eventually
If they ever come
release
out
it.
with it, they keep delaying it.
God, but it's not getting released for PC. They always take their time getting it on PC. It's going to get released on console first, and then
How does it get?
Well,
how's it? That's crazy.
but here's the thing.
Wait, you gotta
Rockstar-
wait for PC, and it's made on a PC.
But Rockstar bought 5M,
Okay.
which is
I didn't know that.
5M is where all of the roleplay servers are. So you used to create your own and do whatever you wanted. Now you have to actually follow some rules. Like you have to follow copyright rules.
Smart.
And, because
them.
they own it all now. So I have a feeling that GTA 6 almost like right after it releases, they're going to release the 6M version for roleplay servers.
It's
and
gonna
then,
be crazy.
because most PC, I mean, a lot of PC guys play like the straight up storyline and stuff like that, but so many more people just
Do
want
the
the
role
RP.
play.
Yeah.
that's it. Well, it's like the same thing with like Call of Duty. It's like nobody even plays the story mode or
Right.
the campaign.
We
It's-
play online.
You
Nobody
go
likes
online.
it. Nobody really does
and that's
story.
Spawn and die. That's what I do. Spawn and die. Spawn
Yep.
and die. Spawn and die. Spawn and die.
You know, I'm
Over
more
and
of
over.
a God of War kind of guy. That was probably my favorite game franchise.
It's a good game.
What's yours, Mike?
None.
What?
Because life ain't a game, Justin. Life ain't a fucking game.
We have a brand new
Pokemon
Xbox
Go?
and PS whatever. We have brand new Nintendo Switch. Everything. They
Did you
don't-
play Pokemon Go
No.
on the phone? Remember during the pandemic, that was the only thing to do.
no.
I did it
my
for a
God,
bit,
no.
then I lost interest.
No.
I was just like, nah.
I can't know.
Like, can I play this at my house? No, all you're gonna get is Pidgeys.
No.
I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what anything meant, but it got me out of the house.
It's a cool concept. Great idea.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, and the cooler places that you went, like the better Pokemon you found. It's like, oh, I went to the Civic Center and I found a fucking, Pikachu, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Say you're a nerd without saying you're a nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
We listen and we don't judge.
No, we judge everything. All right, we got to wind up. You're killing me here,
okay.
Smalls. Just Vinny, 31st, Island Grove, boom, boom, boom. Justin, we're going to have fight news. I feel it. We're going to have
So
something
soon, hopefully.
announced within the next month.
Okay.
That's what the universe just told me.
All right. Deal.
And because I'm psycho.
Yep.
I mean, psychic.
And then
I listen and don't judge.
Mike is going to Italy.
Yep. But I'll be here
guess
tomorrow.
what? Tomorrow we're going to do another podcast. I think we're inviting the girls.
Yeah, we'll see.
Your guys' significant others.
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting. We've thought about doing that.
They're no fun to podcast with because they make us tell the truth.
Yeah.
Oh man, see what
Not a good time.
we've
You
talked
guys-
about doing that.
Oh, yeah.
and I feel like it could be a really fun.
It's fun. It really is.
It is fun.
Speaking of which, your podcast is called
Blood, Sweat, and Banter.
Blood, Sweat, and Banter
You know,
on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, man. It was, it's on YouTube right now. We're going to expand it a little bit more, get it on Spotify, just because.
Check it out.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
man, getting that podcast.
It'd be really weird if you had like a whole team pushing behind you.
Yeah.
I know.
But where would we find
I don't
such
know.
a team?
I mean, I've heard there's some guys out there putting something together.
Yep.
Wow, if only they made themselves known.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But where would they be? But,
They might be on YouTube.
Also.
but,
There we go.
but it was a cool thing. Like I was giving Justin, like, man, we got to talk. Like we banter all the time. We shoot the shit. It's
fun.
Like obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great time.
And and we got a lot of friends and colleagues from our walks of life that we've had on the show that we're like, man, we should got to talk about their story and like get a little bit off of them. And it started with the funniest story. I was like, Justin, I found this mic set up for a podcast. It's $25. It's gonna, and he's like, fucking get it, dude. I'll give you 10. And I got it. I was like, this is a piece of shit. Like, and then I started doing all this research, and I'm like, okay, we started with a blue mic, and we see how that works. Then I'm like, oh, hey, I don't know what this audio interface thing is, but we got to get that. Hey, this microphone doesn't work for this. Hey, you got to make sure you get a cloud lifter. And like, oh, hey, what are you going to use your cameras for? It's like, you can do okay with your phone, but so just learning all the ins and outs of podcasting has been a fun little
lot
journey.
of trial and error for sure.
It's financially
Yeah.
painful.
And like and getting lights and like soundproofing the like, and I wouldn't even call it soundproofing. I was like, I got these off Temu. This is so good. Yeah. And it's
I love it.
we're just learning as we go, but obviously we're really proud of what we got. We're going to grow, and we want you guys to follow our journey with us. Going to try and have more guests on the show as it comes. Obviously, it's tough though when you got a fight coming up. Trying to make time to sit down and have a conversation, and
when you're not getting enough calories and you're on a deficit and you're not getting enough fats and your brain's
thing you
not
wanna do
quite
is
doing what
yes.
it's supposed to do.
Talking is hard when you're in that type of situation.
You're just like,
yeah,
No.
if we had this like Thursday, I'd be sitting here just. It's like, so Vinny, you're a teacher. I was like, fuck off. I'll
and
teach
kids, do as he says, not as he does.
Yeah, there you go.
I was gonna
You
try
can't?
to pop my nose.
Here.
No. Oh, that was a little one.
dude, you do that is good. Like
Ooh, that was a good one.
every time.
Oh my lord. See,
Are you, Trevor? Are you okay?
No, my shit doesn't work.
But yeah, so check out
But
Blood,
yeah.
Sweat, and Banner on YouTube. It's Justin and I. Sometimes we'll have some guests, and maybe if we're lucky, we get on a good team and we can make it something real special.
Really
Just saying.
Just saying.
Check us out. Blood,
Hopefully
Sweat,
we
and
can
Banner, baby.
we can work on collaborating and getting that synergy going for everybody.
Yep.
We
It's a
got the
win-win.
channel put together. We're just finishing up the final pieces,
Touches.
and we do not have a fight podcast
Nope.
currently signed.
See,
Nope. No fight podcast.
None.
Boom, baby.
there we go.
0 of them.
Cornered the market.
You guys own it. Question is.
What's the question?
Question is. Where'd it go? I lost the question. Hold on. 782. So this book is called 3,000 Questions About Me. We don't know any of the questions. We let our members pick. They send us messages on WhatsApp with a number that they want us to try. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're not.
7 what?
782.
All right, here we go. Who's going first?
Oh,
One of them. All right, all right.
I'll break the seal.
Do you have a favorite activity for guys or girls night out? A guy or girl's night out?
We've already discussed this.
Yeah, this is old news, but my favorite activity nights out, it's got to be some sort of sporting event. Like in Greeley, at least close to them, we got the Colorado Eagles. I love going to their hockey games, and because they're not pro, you'll see more fights. I think
They're pro.
They're pro.
Well, they're not like
They're AAA.
They're not.
Yeah, I
Avalanche
was like,
pro.
how do I want to
Right.
say it? They're feeder for the Avalanche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're not like to that like
Right.
NHL level. Like that. Like I haven't been to a CSU game in a hot minute, but their new stadium, I would like. That's where the fuck we're going. And if it's not a sporting event or something like that, we're just gonna fucking eat a shitload of food. Like food is.
That's all he's thinking about right now.
Oh my
He's like,
God.
hey, have you guys heard of food?
Dude,
Well,
it's great.
Fucking
You guys should
amazing.
try it.
I smelled some the other day.
Well, and it's funny, man. I was telling Justin about this last week. Like, I made quesadilla tacos for my fiance, my son, and I'm like, they're so good. I got the recipe, and then she's like, I'm not really that hungry. I mean, I'll eat one, and I'm just like staring at this as a fucking
still
weight
young and-
cut.
And nice. My wife would be like, you have some fucking chicken and brown rice over there. The rest of us are going to go out for banana splits.
You're like, oh.
But yeah, going out, gotta watch a sporting event or get some fucking bomb ass food.
Yes.
That is an A+ night in my book.
Justin, guys' night out.
Guys' night out? Ooh. Shoot. Let me think, man, because there's not many just guys' nights out anymore, you know? I guess I'd say in my prime, shoot, me and the guys used to go and terrorize downtown Greeley, go have some drinks, get some food. The armory was sweet. I didn't got to enjoy the armory as an adult, but as a kid, I would be able to go over there and just run around and cause havoc. But that place was sweet. Get some drinks, get some food. There's always downtown. There's always something going on. Like here in summer, that's they started off with Blues Jam. So every Friday, the first one is Blues Jam, where they have a lot of blues music and kind of like gate off the downtown area so you can have drinks outside. But for summer, they'll do it like every Friday night. But just going doing stuff. I mean, they got acts throwing down there. You can go downstairs, sing some karaoke.
Sing some karaoke. Mike loves karaoke.
I've always wanted to do karaoke.
I'm a one hit wonder on karaoke.
Are
but
you?
I kill it with my one. So, but that's it. Yeah. You know, we'll go dancing.
Well, what's the song?
Yeah, like you can't just start with that.
You can't just leave us hanging.
He said just the tip and then walked away.
TNT. You guys ever heard of it?
AC/DC?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yes.
I gotta see that.
Oh, God. Let's do it. Let's sign up. I would sing just to watch that happen.
I just want to try
It's
it.
a fun song.
Do you know every word? Or do you need the screen?
When I'm singing it and I'm in the mood and I always have a couple little encouraging beverages.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it that much better. I like it because me and my buddy Ben Lugo did like a duet a couple times. And we would go downstairs to this bar called the Jaeger, small basement, but like we put on a show. Thursday nights were college nights. So we'd go to practice. We'd go just rinse off our face, change our shirts. We'd go up to the Rio.
I'm assuming that was before he was engaged.
Yes.
And married.
2 margaritas at the Rio.
Margaritas. Because they had this deal. So we'd get done with practice and we'd start drinking, but we'd have to wait till after 9 because then with the deal kicked in,
right,
cheaper margaritas, we'd get some quesadillas. And then we'd go over to the Jaeger. And they didn't start until like 11 was karaoke. So we had to stay out kind of late, but we'd do our one song and then we'd go home and we'd just kill it. And all the college kids were like, they loved it. They just ate it up because we were just putting on a performance. They're like, yeah. It was.
Are we going to do it?
We got to do it.
Mike and Trevor try something.
And that'd be
karaoke
with the Gonzales brothers.
Hey, that'd be a good one.
That would honestly be really fun. Everyone goes up there, does a song, gets out of their comfort zone.
Oh, we need scorecards.
Yeah,
we gotta do. We gotta do it. Everybody's got to do a solo, and then we do a group. Me and you and them
together. All 4 of us. Or 2 on 2?
2 on 2.
Tequila.
But
the other team gets to pick your song.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I was like,
that would be great. So what do you do? What do we wait for 4 of us? Do we just put a bunch of songs in the hat and pull it out, and that's what you sing?
That'd be perfect.
Or you just have them go up there and be like, all right, hey, these 2 guys are going to go up, but they're going to get this song. They can't know what it is ahead of time.
Oh.
But wait, no, it's even better. The 2 versus 2 song, each team picks 4 songs.
Oh, God.
Put them all in a bowl.
So it's like...
Because you may get one of your own picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you really, like...
you don't want
to... We got to plan that.
I'm in. You've seen me.
Then you just see Justin and I just like
going
too sexy for my shirt.
Whoa!
You know, do
you think I should wrap the mic around my arm again?
Hey, I mean,
we can sing that song too.
I think in general, dude, we just like to do stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's just nothing sucks more than just staying at the house and just like watching TV. It's like even just going to the grocery store. I'll be honest with you. I love grocery shopping. Some people are
I like grocery shopping. I like grocery
peaceful.
shopping too.
Oh my God.
I love buying, and I love to see what people are buying.
I don't want to be anywhere near any of you.
See,
I'm not going to the grocery store.
I love going to the grocery store.
Oh.
Well, it was like losing all this weight and like learning new foods to eat. I just realized like, wow.
How'd you learn new foods? Didn't you learn all the foods when you were getting fat?
No,
he's an experienced eater.
I'm an experienced eater. Like, you know how I did 2 a days to Taco Bell for 9 years, bro. Like I was dedicated to the craft.
So you got fat and it wasn't even off good food?
I mean, I'll throw a steak down as much as I can, but yeah, if it's not processed,
These are
wasn't
high
getting
dollar
it right.
calories sitting right here, my dude.
That's years of commitment, baby.
So, but yeah, I hate staying at home, and sometimes I'll just tell my girl, it's like, you want to go to the store? And she's like, it's 8 o'clock at night.
Why is this everything like he's gonna have sex? He's like, and then I tell my girl, you want to mow the lawn?
Ooh, yeah.
And then a little bit later, I'm like, hey, girl, you want to start some laundry with me?
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
Ooh, babe.
I love the way you put the turkey.
Put it in.
Oh, are those scent beads?
Oh, no, that's too much.
All
Those
right.
these beads are bigger.
Whoa.
Mike, what is your guys' night out?
I don't really have one. I don't really hang out with too many guys, I guess. When I was younger, just drinking, really.
But that got you in trouble, so we don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Not really hang out.
My perfect guys' night out. The perfect guys' night out would be right about 6 o'clock. Someone cancels the plans,
Oh, and then you stay in sometimes.
and then you just stay home. Or chicken wings.
Chicken wings, those are my favorite.
You love chicken wings.
Where do you get your
What do
wings
you
from?
like?
I
Do you
don't
like
know,
chicken
my wife
wings or-
orders them.
You like chicken wings or hot wings?
What's the difference?
I'm just saying, because you say chicken
You
wings, I
sauce
say
them?
hot wings.
I mean, honey barbecue is not a hot wing,
Oh, okay. All right.
So chicken
All right.
hot wings can be chicken wings.
but can chicken wings be hot wings?
No. Maybe not.
Dry rub,
A
maybe?
chicken wing would just be KFC, right? Like fried. That's just fried chicken.
Well,
Yes.
Big fan of chicken wings though. Like, oh,
I love
big
hot
fan.
wings.
You have no idea.
Well, if you're talking about like drums, like I think if I went to like a wing restaurant and they're like, "Here's your drums," like the big old fucking just like
Like an actual
You mean like a
thigh
chicken leg?
kinda,
yeah,
a
like
leg.
a chicken leg. Like that's I would
No,
be
that's
like,
fried chicken.
See, and that's what I think
That's-
KFC is. If
You know
go to-
what? If I had a chicken wing place around here that made full size chicken legs,
Hey, dude,
throw
I'll
it
be
in,
about it
throw it in
the
my favorite
normal dip.
sauce.
Yeah.
Just think you
No,
get two
you'd
bites
be
out of a little.
760
Now you
pounds.
get
But
like-
look,
no.
on a regular
6
one,
bites.
on a regular one, you got.
yeah,
Done.
fucking,
But this one, you're like,
Oh man, I still got
Yeah.
a lot more to go.
yeah.
No.
I think that's the way I like.
You might be onto
when
something.
that goes down.
No.
That's us.
These
'cause
guys-
them poo pooing our shit.
No, that's dumb.
We've got an idea.
Yeah.
We're going to be millionaires, and you guys aren't
I'm-
even going to get a discount.
No, that's okay.
There's a pretty good spot over off 104th.
Outlaws?
Talk about we went there after one of Sam's football games, right? I can't remember what it's called.
Was it
That
by
place
the
was
Red
good.
Lobster?
No, it's
a little
like
bit
a
further,
small little.
further west, like another probably like half a mile further west.
Because Woody's Wings used to be in that area.
Oh, Woody's was good.
Woody's was good.
I've
I
had
don't know what's
Woody's.
there.
It's not Woody. I can't remember.
I don't know what it's
What's
called.
it like?
That was
CO
like-
Fire Company or something? It's over off of like 88th or 92nd and Wadsworth. There's a really good place over there.
Really?
They have this flavor called Colorado Gold. It's like a honey mustard, but it's like got some like almost like a tangy different with it too. And I'm like, ooh, I just like it.
Yeah.
See, I love mango habanero because it's sweet and hot.
But spicy.
But I'm old now, and so
Spicy gives me acid reflux
I
sometimes.
get sometimes I'll be like, you know what, it's worth it, and then for the next 2 days, like my poor guts just can't do
Yeah,
it.
you're just like, it was worth it, but I'm feeling it.
Yeah, it's you got to get the like Tux medicated pads.
Yeah.
Stuff comes out hot.
I'll preload with a couple tums.
Right,
and then I'll
right,
eat
right.
them. And then
Well, something I didn't think about for like the night out because it's like, and we haven't done it
really
a lot.
thinking about this.
Well, no, it's just it blew me away. It was like we used to, at least during COVID, you know, a buddy of ours, fellow fighter Michael Sack, he would go up to the casino. He'd go up to Blackhawk.
that's
and
always a fun
all
night.
the time, like play cards and stuff. And our dad has been really into cards, and we'd play cards at his house and stuff. And I'm like, do you guys gamble often, or do you even like the idea?
I
of
like
gambling?
playing craps.
craps is cool.
A long,
Took me a
long
while
time
to learn.
ago, in a different life, I used to be a superintendent for an excavating company. So in the winter, they would give you the option of taking the layoff.
Just because it can't
So
keep you busy.
we
the
pared
machines
down
need
to
be-
like skeleton crews, just that had to be working to keep things going. But a lot of the guys, they'd be like, hey, if you want, we'll give you a layoff with attachment, which means that you still have your job. And as soon as spring comes, you're right back.
Oh, so you just
Back to
volunteer.
work.
Right.
Okay.
But that way you could get unemployment, the better rate of unemployment.
Yeah.
There was one winter that I took the voluntary layoff and played cards full time for
Really?
the entire break.
Texas Hold'em?
Yeah,
or-
Texas Hold'em. Yeah,
Did you? I'm assuming you were winning.
I made good money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to learn how to play Texas Hold'em.
I'll teach you.
What? What?
I'll teach you too, Mike.
All right.
I could teach you, but you'll probably lose a lot more than you win.
I start quick.
You're missing the goal here, son.
I try. You think I'm trying to get hit in the face too?
I'll teach you too, Vinny.
It's about the attempt, not the end goal. I will slip punches. I'll be Anderson Silva by the end of it, but for now, I'm just trying.
When's
to
the end of it?
There is not.
Is there a story mode here? 'Cause I mean, looking at your face, you got a long way to go.
But I'll love it every step of the way.
Why don't we just try to be like? Why don't we just try to be like? Not getting hit in the face is often good. Let's not try to go to Anderson Silva good yet.
Yeah, because it's clearly
That's
just
a big
that,
jump.
just straight there. There's no such thing as drilling. You're just either you
You're
suck
getting
or you're
drilled.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Michael,
what?
got to wrap it up.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up. We will see you guys.
Mike's been tired this whole time.
Jeez, man, I'm ready for bed.
Mouth's
I still
been
gotta
numb.
go.
Sorry, Mike.
I still gotta go home and get my stuff together.
For your trip.
Yeah. I don't even got that.
What are you
together.
packing?
I don't know.
One bag?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many JJ packing?
One.
You holding her to it?
No, she doesn't pack
luck.
she doesn't pack. I tend to pack more than she does most times.
Shoes?
No, I only take one pair of shoes.
You getting a comfy pair of shoes?
Comfy.
I
You're
got
gonna
to
walk
got-
a
I
lot.
What'd you get?
Well, I'm
You're
gonna
not
go
wearing
buy
no
some-
nobles.
What?
You're not wearing nobles to Vegas or to Italy.
No.
What are you wearing?
I got me some Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then I'm gonna go get some new running shoes.
Why don't you go get these new Crocs?
Cause I don't want to wear Crocs over there.
Baby. Woo-hoo!
Look at those.
Throw them bad boys in sport mode.
Dude, these things are like walking on a cloud.
No, I thought about it, but no.
Why, you afraid they'll look at you?
Yeah.
They don't got enough aura on them.
I don't want them to.
Mike,
I don't want nobody
Mike likes
looking
some
at
swag, dude.
I don't want to. I want to just get people looking at me.
They're probably going to ask for autographs.
Yeah. And I'm there for vacation.
You're like,
Can't do it right now.
I'm with my people.
Yeah. So I gotta get shit done.
When do you take off again?
Sunday. 6
They have
a.m.
tomorrow to
right
pack. We
around
have to do a
the
podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
He has to pack tomorrow, and then they leave tomorrow.
6 a.m. I gotta be at the airport at 4.
Sorry, Mike.
You're all good.
Just having too much fun over here.
It's all good.
All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up for this one. I think this is episode
53.
54.
Oh, 54.
54.
54 episodes.
Thank you guys for having us,
Yeah,
man.
thank
We
you.
love,
Yes.
we love being here. We love chatting
Blood,
it up
Sweat, and
with you
Banner
guys.
Check it out.
on YouTube. This will go public probably while you're in Italy.
Yeah.
So you'll miss the premiere.
Mm-hmm. I might be on. I might be awake with the time difference.
Do they have the internet there?
I sure hope so.
Did you get some alternate chargers for over there?
Yeah, I already have those.
Okay.
I have those from the first time we went overseas. Didn't know that was a thing until we
Till you
get there.
you're
I'm,
like, damn.
I'm trying to plug something in. I'm like, this ain't gonna work.
Why is the plug broke?
So yeah, I got all that stuff already.
Hey, I got equally as busy a time coming up.
I'm sure you're just gonna sit right there.
Right there.
No, you just swivel.
Turn my chair around.
All right, gentlemen, goodbye.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We will catch you guys on the flip side. Anything to add,
Nope. I ain't got any.
boys?
Look at my fight.
Fuck bitches, get money. Let's
Right.
go.
See ya. Bye.
We're out.